last we saw our heroes of Hyrule, they had made a quick escape to Necluda, which wasn't without consequence, as they were forced to endure another blood moon and face the evil Yiga Redeads that emerged during its Red Night. Additionally, Akila's home stable at Dueling Peaks was caught in the storm, and her grandfather was lost in its near total destruction. After receiving a variety of letters and invitations from all over Hyrule, our heroes continued towards their destination of Kakariko Village, accompanied by their bud, Jorak. Stopping for the night in a hidden alcove in the mountains, and with many tasks requiring their attention, 11th Hour discussed their priorities as they rested. Inari experienced a nightmare, consoled by Natara during their watch, and Lorhanan found some maracas, which he realized were magical as he accidentally cast a dancing spell to wake Jorak. The following morning, with Inari and Natara looking a bit better thanks to the aid of their companions, our heroes arrived at Kakariko Village and were immediately greeted by Des, the commander of the Sheikah military. Overly excited to share all of the things they had learned since last speaking with the Sheikah, our heroes followed Des to the healer's house to help with the painful boils plaguing the group, then to her office, where Lydian was briefly reunited with his worst enemy, the office clerk. Here, 11th Hour discussed their accomplishments with the divine beasts and what they encountered during the recent blood moon, as well as everything they've learned about the Yiga clan. Des shared the contents of a correspondence she received from one of her spies in the north about an increase in traffic fanning out across Eldon. Lacking resources to further investigate, she asked that 11th Hour report to her on this if they have a chance, as this could be Yiga activity. Apologetic for her actions the last time they saw each other, Tess offered Lorhanan a trip to Enchanted, the local clothing shop, because she knows firsthand that it is possible to leave the Yiga clan, as her brother-in-law is an ex-Yiga himself. Lorhanan did indulge in this, leaving his red outfit behind in the dressing room in exchange for a new green Sheikah outfit, though he still retains his mask under his disguise. Our heroes made their way up the mountains to the north of the village, obtaining a new teleportation point at the shrine they had visited before. They ventured into the nearby woods and found themselves at the grotto of the great fairy Kotera. Excited to see 11th Hour once again, Kotera began poking and prodding, trying to obtain what little pieces of information from our heroes she could. Exchanging secrets for secrets, our heroes learned that the prophetess had visited here recently and spoke of Lorhanan to Kotera. Running out of secrets to exchange, Kotera offered a more creative trade in becoming Lorhanan's patron, who revealed he has had no active patron for months. Unsure about the offer, our heroes returned to town, where Lorhanan discussed the prospects with each of his friends individually. Returning downstairs, Jorak consulted Jorak Jr., who witnessed the prophetess's discussion with Kotera. Apparently, she's looking for something in Eldon, and among the secrets she exchanged was her relation to Lorhanan. They are brother and sister, which is news to the ex-Yiga. And that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour, it is the late afternoon here in picturesque Kakariko Village. You are all gathered around a table at the Shut-Eye Inn with Jorak and Jorak Jr., as Des works at a nearby table. The tavern is mostly empty, otherwise, and you have purchased a room upstairs. There's still time to return to Kotera if you have the energy, and Jorak Jr. mentioned seeing a Rito throwing monsters into a lake at Lanayru Promenade on the other side of Jorak's woods. As you sit with all the information you've uncovered today, a young waitress approaches your table with menus. Hello, will you be dining with us this afternoon? My name is Coco. Can I get you anything to drink? The plum wine is in season, and our special today is vegetable soup.
I don't think we can afford this.
I don't think so either.
We are broke.
We've literally we've conquered multiple divine beasts and are actively saving in Hyrule, and we have no money.
Should we hire somebody as a financial advisor? Well, we can't pay them.
Exactly.
Well, maybe we get someone who's up and coming, and we'd be like, "Oh, you're going to have very famous clients if you do this work for us," and then we
can't work on exposure.
We might
Coco,
need to.
Will you work for exposure? We need a financial advisor.
Absolutely not. I make good money here, and hoping to eventually run it myself one day. So I'm on a different trajectory than whatever that is. Can I get you anything?
No.
Just water is fine.
Okay. 6 waters. She goes and heads behind the counter to grab all of you guys some water.
All right, we should figure out what we're doing so we're not here when she gets back.
Yeah.
Are we returning to Kotera?
It's up to Lord Hannon.
I'm sitting there staring at the table.
There's no fire there.
There's notedly no fire.
Okay, well, whatever we decide, I've come up with more questions I'd like to ask Kotera, so I would like to return to her.
You guys lead the way if you have ideas. I feel like this is not my race to have a horse in personally. So whatever you guys decide is best.
Yeah, I'll come along.
I mean, we don't have to go right there, though. We do have the rest of the day and town. We could go to some of the shops and trade in our gemstones for equipment if we wish. Not sure if anyone wants upgrades or anything like that.
I mean, I don't know if any of us need upgrades, but I think we could at least sell some things. That way we have, like, some money. And then we can hire the financial advisor and go from there.
I don't think we need a financial advisor.
I don't know, I think Vivian has a point.
You know, that desk clerk seems like a rude guy.
Who's that?
Yeah.
He knows his name.
Yes.
I etched it in stone, man. Jenna, if we were to look around town for things to do while we're just kind of like killing time, what are our options like?
So there are a few shops. You guys have been here before, and I think you've interacted with almost every shop here already, especially now that Lorhannon went to Enchanted. But there's High Spirits Produce, which is food, just cooking ingredients and things. The Curious Quiver, which is arrows and bows. Obviously Enchanted. And then the Shut-Eye Inn is like the only other business other than the various fields with pumpkins and carrots and plum trees and other agricultural things.
So is there anywhere where I could buy? So no, I feel like the only thing I would need are like any magic items or anything, but I feel like I already have a bunch. I also feel like I'm lagging in Discord, but
I think you're good on
Fine. I think.
our end.
Yeah,
okay.
seems fun.
So I don't have anywhere to go.
Well, does Natara need arrows?
Tara has 16 regular arrows right now,
Hmm.
which is about 8 turns of.
Yeah, while we're in town,
Attacks.
we may as well sell some stuff.
We can get you cool arrows as well.
Yeah.
She does have some ice arrows and still one ancient arrow. But
Oh man, we gotta really whip that out of our back pocket at some point.
I know.
If you do want to go about, like, we can do like just exchanges if you would like. Curious Quiver has only regular arrows and fire arrows available. That's kind of their specialty. Regular arrows are 5 rupees a piece. They come in, bundles of up to 20 that you can buy like in bulk. And then fire arrows, I believe, are 20.
Natara does have the flame arrows spell, which looks like does more damage than the fire arrows. So,
Probably does. So, but yeah, regular arrows.
much.
And you can exchange if you want to sell a gem. You can exchange a gem for as many arrows as that gem is worth, if you would like.
I think
This is
we
a small
just-
town. You will probably destroy the economy if you just sell all your gems.
Really?
Damn.
Fuck. Because we do need to like get rid of our gems from.
We're
You
here
can
to
sell it.
deflate
Yeah.
We're here to deflate the currency, guys.
I want the dollar in Kakariko to be nothing.
We are replicating the
We pump
2008
so much
recession.
fucking money into this economy.
Take rupees out of circulation.
Yes. We're going back on the gold standard, boys.
Oh no.
Oh, I do have this stuff here. Okay, I do have the cost. But yeah, you can get. Oh no, never mind. Beetle sells them for 5 rupees an arrow, but normally arrows are 4 rupees an arrow. So bundles of 5 for 20 rupees. And then fire arrows come in bundles of 10 for 140 rupees. They're 14 apiece.
Jesus. Well, besides ruining the local economy, I don't have anything to do, so I gotta think.
You guys can you can exchange your gems.
You sure?
What gems do we
I
have?
was really just making a joke. You can exchange your gems.
I thought you were serious. You're the DM, okay?
We have.
You literally can't joke anymore, Jenna.
You
No more
can't
joke.
joke anymore.
We have rubies, sapphire, topaz, and amber, and 1 diamond. But Aquila will not let us sell them.
For good reason.
I think we sell 2 of everything. 2 rubies, 2 sapphires, 2 topaz, 2 amber.
Well, how much would each one fetch at market?
You guys can sell rubies for 210, topaz for 180. What were the other ones? Amber is 30. Is there anything else?
Oh, somebody's
Sapphire?
already got the document.
Yes,
Sapphire.
Sapphires are 260. And if you have any opals are 60.
Don't
I tried to
hurt.
write that down.
I like how you put it under the buff column. Like that's the
That's where it goes.
Buffs
Yeah,
our wallet.
richer.
Guys, you can get like 50 arrows for 1 rupee.
That might be all the arrows that
Yeah.
we need. Because like especially if I'm doing hand-to-hand combat and you're the only source of the arrows, or the only like person using the arrows, that'd be all you'd be all set.
We'll see why not.
Yeah.
Okay, so unless anybody else is opposed, I feel like we go with, or do we just sell the 1 ruby, or do we go with like selling 2 of each, or do we not want to shell everything out right now?
Considering the
I mean,
state
I
of
think the reason that we were saving all the gems was because we thought that Isha was going to hook us up.
Right.
So we are
Yeah.
long past that now.
Okay.
She was kind of not cool.
kind
So
of not cool.
as long as everybody's cool with it, Jenna, how much did you say topaz were worth again?
180.
180. So we I think are going to sell 2 rubies, 2 sapphires, 2 topaz, and 2 amber. Totaling whatever that totals.
1,360.
Holy shit.
Let's do it. And then also we're gonna pay for, so we're gonna buy 50 arrows with that also.
So that's minus 200.
Mhm.
Plus, okay, I'll add an additional 50 arrows.
Okay, so 1,360 minus 200 is 1160, right?
Yes.
You got it.
I will take the gems out of our
Okay, thank you.
66 arrows now.
Let's go. Trillionaires again.
Now we've got gambling money.
I know, I was just
Oh,
looking at
no.
I was looking at the gambling totals. It was like, man, remember when we had 700 rupees?
Yeah.
Black.
I would like to I guess if there's
We
one
need
thing
to
that I would
add-
like, Are there any like? Is there just a general store with like various like goods that I could just add in, like rope or adventuring gear or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say that the produce place, High Spirits Produce, probably has like a small section of general things like rope, and other small tools. Um, you look at the prices of those things normally because I don't have a written thing. So you just need rope was one thing, right?
Yeah, I think I would like. I don't have rope in my bag, so yeah, I would want that.
All right, that's 20 rupees for 50 feet of rope.
No problem.
What else?
I guess like what else do they have in stock? Anything? Do they have like a regular adventuring, like whatever the general store table is, or specific items?
Like if you're looking for something specific, I can tell you if they would have it or not. It's very simple, bare bones, because
Yeah.
this isn't like an adventuring hub. This is a
In
small
that case,
mountain agricultural village.
If they have any more paper
Paper?
or no?
Paper pipe costs
Yeah.
so much money.
What's that?
Saying paper's probably really expensive.
Well, paper normally is not that expensive. There's just like one sheet for that. So I guess math wise,
Did somebody already knock off the $20 or the 20 rupees for the rope or no? Okay, I'll do that.
does that come out to? I think each sheet of paper is probably, it would be like 4 rupees technically, but that seems like crazy. So each sheet of paper is 3 rupees, we'll say.
Okay, I'll buy like 5 sheets of paper for 15 rupees.
Okay.
62 minus 15. 47. And then I guess also for produce, while I'm at the produce stand, can I just like buy a bunch of that just to stock up on food?
Yeah. Do you want specific ingredients, or do you just want to buy like food?
Anything that is like hardy, I think.
Party. Do they have party?
And or like any
Do
sort of
they
any buff
not?
that's not, I guess, like a defense buff.
That's not a defense
resistances?
buff? Oh.
Like I'm saying like hardy defense buff or resistances to like weather or something. Well, I guess weather we're fine, but
Oh no. Ah, okay. So it's times 4. I would say that this is a very vegetable-centric place. They probably have a couple hardy radishes in stock. Each hardy radish is 32 rupees. So they'd probably have like 5.
I missed all of that.
Hardy radish, 5
Okay.
hardy radishes available, 32 rupees apiece.
Ooh, how many of those do we have? Hardy radish. We have only one big hardy radish, 32 apiece. I feel like we buy 3 of those for 96 rupees, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's do it.
Their main vegetable here, like, is swift carrots. They have a ton of them available that are 16 apiece.
I think we're good on speed stuff. Let me check. Yeah, we're set. We haven't been cooking speed stuff at all.
I do. And then if you're looking for like cooking recipes, they have goat butter here. That's the other thing that they carry at High Spirits. Sell for 3. That means it's 12 rupees a piece.
For butter.
Mhm.
I'm going to. I'll add 1 butter to our food and 1 butter for my own personal supply in case it comes in handy.
Okay.
Man used soap to get a horse out of quicksand, so
Right, but like we don't always have water access, and that was I could only do that because it was raining and it would like activate the soap. But like, this is butter. If somebody gets stuck somewhere, you know.
You can yaw them out.
Right, exactly.
You're like gathering like this like Looney Tunes like
Oh,
That's what I
toolbox.
meant when Jenna said like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Give me everything. Like, I need to prepare." Minus 96 and then minus another 24 is
Jenna's just like, now I need to get people stuck into like tight spaces just to do a butter check to have them fail.
give me a butter check. What do I roll for butter?
Dexterity, sleight of hand for sure.
Sleight of hand.
All right. You guys spend the remainder of the afternoon, or I guess those of you that stay in the village spend the remainder of the afternoon going from between the 2 shops, selling your gems and buying produce and rope and arrows. Are the rest of you going to Kotera, or we
think
save
so.
that for tomorrow?
Mm,
I mean,
really
what do you
depends
think
on Lord
of it?
Hannon.
yeah.
I made my decision.
Ooh. Okay.
I would like to go see what Protera.
Let's go bargain.
Okay. While I guess Lydian and Natara go to the shops to get their supplies, the rest of you venture through the hilly town, up the stone steps, across the wood bridges, into the mountain pass like you've gone before, venturing into the woods that are Jorax. You once again come upon Kotera's grotto. She's not presently out, but are you all stepping inside the sphere of influence that you know it to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Yorak with us?
I'd say yes, because you had said you were going to her woods, and also on the way he's been talking the whole time about Kotera, because she lives in his woods, you know? And he's on the way, he's saying like, yo, like, everybody, like, you know, always going to Kotera just trying to get info, and, you know, it's like they always expect so much from her, and I don't know. I feel like everybody should be a little bit more patient with her, but she's also kind of a bitch. I don't know.
Whoa.
Just sometimes. And sometimes it's justified, but who am I to say? And once you guys reach like the tree line of his woods, he's like, I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna go do some rounds. And he disappears into the wooded area. And you all are stepping inside her grotto. I need wisdom saves from everybody, please.
I'll fail the saving throw.
You're just gonna fail it?
Yeah.
Choose to fail? Okay.
All right. That's a 22 for me.
17.
Okay. Neither of you guys fall under the influence of the Zone of Truth spell. However, Lorhannon chooses to submit himself to the effects of the Zone of Truth spell. And as you all enter her grotto, once again emerging from the shimmering pool at its center. So with a twirl is the big, voluptuous blonde hair as Kotera reveals herself with a "Aha!" We're back. Welcome. Lord Hannon, have you made your decision?
I have, but I'd like Akila says that she has some exchanges she'd like to make first.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Okay, I have some more questions for you, Great Fairy Kotara. And I'll ask what I want to know, and if you say you know it, then I will trade you secrets and you can determine if they're worth the information. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
I want to know what the Yiga clan is building with the parts they've stolen from the stables.
I'm sorry, but truthfully, I do not know.
Ooh, not looking like a good start. Okay. Is there a cure besides waiting around for Inari and Natara's condition?
And what condition is this?
And Ari just holds up her pus-covered arms and is just showing it off like it's a coat that she's trying on in the store, except it's an illness.
Gross.
Except
Lydian's
she
not
is
there, so
actively dying.
1 second. So I'm glad you asked this.
Lydian's not there. Nari can say pustules.
Yeah.
I am here, so I feel like
I am here.
do whatever you want. I'll just mute myself.
Here it is. Something that I tend not to share, because it's truthfully something I care less about. Healing is another one of my domains.
Of course.
My girl, please, step forward.
And Nari steps forward, her arms still, she's still like low-key T-posing. She like steps forward.
You approach the naturally formed staircase of like mushroom that leads up to her grotto and up to the pool that she sits within. And you step, and though they look like plants, they do easily support your weight. They do not like falter. And you approach, and she brings her hand up to her mouth, kisses it, and blows a kiss your way. Inari, you can remove all of the conditions that have been impacting you with this.
We gotta go
Go.
get Natara.
Go.
Bring Natara over here ASAP.
Free healthcare.
I
I didn't know free healthcare was part of the deal.
thought I was gonna have to give something up for that. Okay. Sick. And Ari sort of like
Having
low-key.
Sarah as your patron is like, the benefits are like unreal.
Yeah.
You get free healthcare. You get dental.
Do you get a pension? Like, it's crazy. And Nari,
So-
like,
You still require a secret in return for that, I imagine.
The first one's on me.
Oh.
So Natara has to tell.
I've got one. I've got one that we can pay for.
No,
If-
she's good.
If we bring Natara here as well, and I trade a secret now, will you cure her when we bring her here?
If it's worth it, sure.
I think you already know that your sister Tara is upset with you about keeping Ron a secret.
Yes.
I have something that could help you in your feud with her. She's meeting with the Gerudo regularly,
Inari is going to.
bestowing enchanted gifts to her. If you put something on that Gerudo, you could eavesdrop on her.
Inari's side-eyeing Aquila right now. Like, high-key side-eyeing Aquila, and she looks low-key a little pissed.
This is the cost of healthcare, baby!
Lord Hannah's got a "that's what she deserves" sort of look on his face.
I mean, that's valid.
This interests me greatly.
I'll
I
give
will
you
heal
the name if
friend.
you promise no harm will come to the Gerudo.
I can promise that. It's against my nature.
I will look to Inari.
Well, if I don't say yes, then I'm the reason the Tara is not healed, so I guess I have to say yes. I
Would
do
be
like Natara.
convenient.
Yeah, I do like Natara more than Isha right now, so.
Well, there, I
Yeah,
guess you've said the
Natara.
name out loud.
Oh,
So that's
well,
the name.
shit.
So
Isha of
Isha,
Gerudo Town.
how do you feel about that, Inari?
we're gonna start a war.
Not great, but I love Natara, so.
Well, why is that? I thought you liked Isha also.
Oh, brother.
Well, we don't just give out information, as you know. We like to trade things. I believe that should pay enough.
Okay.
My love
Okay.
life is worth a variety of secrets, so I'm gonna.
Yes, that interests me greatly. But go ahead, Aquila. You are right. What else?
What is in the labyrinths? I've seen them in my dreams and on our maps now. What is in them?
I cannot see into the labyrinths.
That is an even worse answer than not knowing.
Perhaps my other sister, the creator of the labyrinths, might be able to help you more.
Maybe I should rephrase my question then of who created the labyrinths?
Sure.
In exchange for that,
I can share.
okay.
That's fine. He's just so whipped, man. It's embarrassing. I did like Isha, but Isha is part of the reason why I'm banished from Gerudo Town, so I guess that's kind of out now.
What did she do?
She saw Lorhanan was dressed as a Yiga, and reported it without telling me she was going to do so.
Quite the betrayal.
Yeah, sort of. If you think of it that way.
Well, sister knows a thing or two about betrayal. Her name is Leho. She is the great fairy of technology, of light, of study.
She's also the one who hates Hylians.
There's a great fairy of technology. We gotta go find this lady.
He hates Hylians.
Right, I feel like that's an important detail.
No, it's fine. I'll just disguise
Aquila
myself.
doesn't know that.
All right. My final question. Is there a way to free a guardian from Ganon's grasp without killing it?
That is another excellent question for my sister Leho.
Oh my god.
I feel like it's tough because she's not omnipotent, right? She is only knows what she knows, so it's not like you can ask her every single question, which sucks.
It's worth asking though, right?
I guess.
I take it she doesn't trade in secrets like you. Does she require some other boon in exchange?
Frankly, you'd be lucky if you even made it to her.
All
She
right.
has quite the protection around the entrance to her grotto.
She might be. Ooh, I don't know actually. I was
Okay.
thinking,
All right. All right.
rest
I
and
still
go
have some
to the
secrets in
library.
reserve, and now I have more questions. So, where is the Great Fairy Leho?
That will take quite a secret to reveal to a Hylian.
Well, you don't seem to like information, generic historical information. You seem to value what is in a mortal's heart most. Is that correct?
Yes, I definitely care more about what goes on with immortals. Historically, not so much. That would be more of interest to my brother, I'd say.
My grandfather died a few days ago. I blame myself entirely for his death.
Did you cause it?
We had the option to push on to the stable to get there in time to save everyone, and I specifically said we should hunker down.
Interesting. My sister Leho has made her home in an ancient temple in the Tanagar Canyon.
We skipped that one. Shit.
Is there anything I can do to win her favor? This is my final question.
It will be tough. Is there anything you can do to win her favor? Hmm. Perhaps the best way is the way of most great fairies appeal to her ego, and you know her domains. Use that to your advantage.
In exchange for that information, the ghost of King Rome still wanders the Great Plateau.
This I know.
Ooh. Okay.
Which you do not know. And I will tell you, he is there no longer.
Uh-oh.
What?
We exercised his ass. Okay. There, there is a Zora stuck in the Gerudo Desert,
I was gonna mention.
in the Karakara Bazaar, at the bottom of the oasis.
Wow.
If that's not good enough, I have others as well.
I like that one. What is their name?
Renora.
That is an entertaining one. Is there any other information you seek?
No, Great Fairy Kotara. You have been very helpful. And I did it, I say that sincerely and bow and step back behind Lord Hannon.
Yeah.
Well. Thank you both. This was a surprisingly fun conversation. Now, Lord Hannon. What is your
Sarah?
decision?
You have chosen me for a reason that perhaps I don't know yet. But who am I to argue with the great fairy of truth and secrets? I'm willing to accept.
I am so glad. Here is someone who lives in secret constantly and is seeking truth with a natural affiliation with greater powers due to his prophet-like nature. I think this will be an excellent patronage. Please step forward.
Step forward on the platform.
You walk up the steps of mushrooms to be right before her, and don't know that you've been this close to a great fairy, but they are huge fey creatures. They are massive. Unsure what to expect, you feel a gigantic hand swipe you, grasp you up in the air, spin around, and you feel yourself submerged. Inari and Akila, you watch as the Great Fairy grabs Lorhannon and brings him under the water of her pool with him. A moment passes, and Lorhannon and the Great Fairy reemerge, almost like a baptism of sorts. And she places you down gently again, Lorhannon. You saw nothing but swirling colors and lights in the transition down and back up. I'm so glad, Lorhannon. You're standing once again back on the platform. I don't know if I have it written here, but I do have some changes for your subclass that maybe we can touch on in a little bit. But there are some changes.
Wet.
You're not wet.
Just checking.
Yeah. It was definitely, when you guys look at it, it looks like water, but going through Lorhannon, it did not feel like water. It felt just like different matter, different air, different space. Sorry for the surprise of that. I do need to grant you powers that better fit service to me. So I suppose now that this is settled, I can give you a little bit more information about the conversation I had with the one known as the prophetess. If you would like.
Of course.
The one known as the prophetess came to me seeking the location of a device, but I would like to note that rather than sharing the details of or why to her plan, what she sought it for, or what she intended to use it with, she promised even juicier information, which I did receive. As I told you, you are related to her. You are also a prophet. She is your half-sister, Lorhannon. By blood. You share that trait that makes you both prophets. You're drawn to connections with deities and capable of harboring unique relationships with them. You share a mother. Her name is E.T. I-T-I is the spelling of that. And your half-sister revealed her name. Should you like to know it?
I would.
Gloria. That is Koria. You were born Gloria and Callus. More interestingly, saving the best for last, she's not actually a Yiga. I believe she is a more sinister force at this point, but not Yiga. And I would like to note that her choosing to reveal this information to me, it was clear to me that she understood these details would be left for you. So, I am sorry. Again, Aquila, this is why I do not know the secrets of her plans, but I hope that all of this information was worth the exchange.
So, Kotero, what do you ask of me?
I need to be able to trust you. I need to be able to rely on you in instances beyond my reach in Hyrule. It seems some of my sisters are acquiring champions of their own. And it would be foolish of me to not do the same.
How will I know? What?
You'll know. For now, I have nothing, but the joy in knowing I have a champion.
I wonder who the other champions are.
Yeah.
That's curious.
Thank you, Kotero.
Of course. Is there anything else you'd like from me? Any of you?
I mean, do we need to probably need to get Natara here to, like, not be sick anymore? I don't think that can be done remotely.
Yeah.
So I imagine we'd go and get Natara. Jenna, and
Yeah.
bring her back.
Okay.
Locate her.
Yeah, you guys return to town, as Lydian and Natar are finishing up shopping, reconvene. Lorhannon, are you staying with Kotera, or are you going back with them?
I will go back.
Okay. Yeah, you guys all reconvene in the town. And Lydian and Natara, you notice Inari looks incredibly better.
Oh shit.
I was just gonna be like, what happened? Like,
3 medical care, revolutionary stuff, also many other things that Lorhannon probably wants to share separately, but yes, big stuff. Anyway, you can also receive medical care. It's not free, but we did pay for it already, so we can go take you there.
You all didn't reveal too many. I mean, were the secrets kosher to share, or is
I don't know. I mean, they weren't bad. Nothing crazy.
well, I trust you all.
She's still side-eyeing Akil slightly.
Nothing that would compromise our position or like start a war between the mercenaries or anything. So
Oh, that
No,
would be
nothing like
bad.
Natara will ask Lorhannon if he actually like has Kotera as his patron now.
I'll just
If she went through with it essentially. What does that entail?
Well, I don't know yet, necessarily. Sounds like mostly she wants to keep tabs on what the other fairies are doing for now.
See?
Akila, do you share about any information about Tejo with us?
I'll share everything. The secrets I gave, as well as Leiho's information.
Oh, Leho, not Tejo.
Leho.
I think Tejo's a place.
Leho.
Jenna, can I see our map for a second?
Yes.
Not to totally derail, but I think there's a tower right around the Tanagar ruins.
There is.
We want to go there immediately?
We could, and let Ionia.
I want to go there
Oh, you wanna see
immediately. I didn't think that
the
was
Sheikah
kosher,
slate?
though.
You're gonna see the Sheikah Slate map for the
Whichever
teleportation,
one.
right?
No. Lydian's map because it has towers on it. These have shrines.
This is also
Thank
towers. The blue dots are towers. The yellow dots are shrines that you have.
Yeah, the Tabitha Tower is like right there.
I mean,
Akila definitely wants to go right away, but
we have a shrine here as well. We could just go there, have a conversation.
Oh my
back.
god, man, this
I
might be one
mean-
of our worst ideas. Dude, it's just the Great Fairy that hates my guts. Zip in,
Yeah,
zip
she
out.
hates
What's the
Hillians.
problem?
Kotera did mention that it would be very challenging to get a fairy. Perhaps we should.
I feel like giving Jenna's face, I feel like she does not have the
Perhaps we could have
plan.
more of a plan before we dive into the highly protected layer of the Great Fairy that hates Ilion.
I think that's a good idea.
That's really only a problem for just me, which is unfortunate considering I have the need of questions and informations from her.
Plus, presumably, Akila needs an offering. I'm gonna look at LG.
No.
Be like,
damn.
maybe she might want a different offering than the one we currently have.
No. Maybe she wants information, since that is like literally her what's it called? Domain.
Technology, though.
Yeah, I feel like what's it called? Tara was like just free with the she was a little bit more lenient with like what she was willing to give us and talk to us about. It seems like only Kotera has that sort of paywall for information transitioning. I don't know if the others do, or if they even have like a
Great
transactional
Fairy
thing.
hates Hillians. So he's going to want something.
Right.
Maybe she hates Hillians for a specific reason.
We
Maybe.
the Hillian that we hate and just give him, you know.
I don't know why both of you, after we shared gossip with one Great Fairy, think we need a blood sacrifice for another.
Saying we have
We-
enemies,
I don't
and we
think-
could
no.
easily.
No, I don't think we need a blood
I know that you are just
sacrifice.
talking about the desk guy right now.
I am not. I
The hesitation
Definitely-
there is concerning.
that is definitely that is definitely the only thing on Lydian's mind.
So I want to point out a couple things. The tower that is there is about a day's journey from where the temple is. She did not tell you where in the Tanagar Canyon it is, but like from where you guys probably know what I'm talking about it to be. It is about a day's journey from
We
the
did see
tower.
some weird
We
shit.
saw
Yeah.
ruins in the distance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were like,
Yes.
fuck that, the family's in danger.
That was when you guys were at the stable that is up.
We can
Like,
go
you
back
were
and
at
see
the
our man
stable.
Sprin.
I can't
Yeah.
click, but there was a stable up closer to it,
Yes.
and you guys went down to the bottom and camped there. Additionally, you guys as players do know what is in that temple I'm talking about, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
fine.
These are
Okay.
cakewalks.
Stone.
They're cakewalks.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
They're walking cakes, Jenna.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, no
I
problems
can
at
just
all.
do.
Just making sure.
Yeah, and also like they can't
No.
move, so if we get into trouble, we just find some cover and teleport out.
And Jenna, I don't know if you know this, but I have 4 uses of silvery barbs. So
And
That's
there's
like-
that ancient arrow, so
true.
Yeah, that's like 1 silvery barbs for half of all of the, the guardians in there.
Anyway,
I
I guess
mean,
it is Natara being taken back to
yeah, I'll take it. To Coast
Yeah, we can decide where we're going in a second.
yeah, we should like heal our friend first.
Yes, you guys return to Kotera, and having Aquila already given an exchange of information for this service, Kotera does cure you, Natara. You can restore your charisma and constitution scores back to their original spot, and you no longer have to make saving throws, and you no longer have giant purple pustules all over your body.
Oh, this is the wrong music.
I would like to try to surreptitiously leave my Giga clan mask in Kotera.
That's good.
Is it just you and Natara that went there?
Don't know that anyone else come.
Probably not.
That's
no.
what I'm asking.
I don't want to go back, so I would probably
wouldn't
not
have.
go.
Yeah, Nari would have like, ugh. So
Like reaching up to my face and pulling off a mask that's not on my face to like drop it without the.
So does Natara have to make a perception check?
Oh,
It would be your passive perception.
Which is a 17.
Right,
Oh,
so
shit.
go ahead
It's like
and
the
make a
worst
sleight of
person
hand.
to this in front of.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check, Lorhanan.
it is a
Also-
versus rogue skills.
Another question, are you waiting until Kotera, like, says goodbye to do this and, like, goes back down?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 14 on my sleight of hand check.
Natara's
very
not
unfortunate.
gonna, she notices, but she's not gonna acknowledge it.
Okay. You guys return back. When you when you were going back to Koteros, the sun was setting. It is now dark, and sunset fireflies sporadically light up and dance around the village as you all reconvene.
Okay, gang. We have a bit of a decision to make.
Let's get some food first.
You're
Now
right.
we go back and we're like, hi, we're ready to order now.
Yeah,
We're in 4
There's
hours.
still $6
How
at
did
the
you get
table.
$1,000 in 4 hours?
How
I
to get
got a
rich
job.
quick.
Yeah, we did a get rich quick scheme. Let's go back, and this time I will be having the mushroom soup.
Is there?
Is that-
Let me see. Is there?
Did you say that was the special?
It was like vegetable soup.
It is vegetable cream soup.
Oh, I'm having that.
Yeah, Nari will get on
Vegetable cream
that
soup.
too.
Bring the soup pot to this table.
I think that's her favorite.
Vegetable
food.
soup for everybody.
Yeah, and then I will also be asking Coco if she wants to like go out and like be an entrepreneur and then be her own boss and give us a percentage of that. Like
Oh,
we can
gosh.
kind of be her boss and she can also be her own
Stop
boss.
harassing
and
this
then
woman.
other
Yeah.
people to
We're
be their
getting
own
her
boss.
into an MLM.
Yeah.
I mean, that would just print money for us. So I feel like
I don't think we can be the heroes of Hyrule if we make
Yeah.
MLMs.
You guys returning to the Shut-Eye Inn. It is an evening now. It is much busier than it was. This is kind of the place that the whole town goes to gather and rest and socialize at the end of each day of hard work here. So it's tough to find a table, but you guys managed to find one as it is a very big very big tavern here, and takes some time, but eventually Coco, still working, does come up to your table. Oh, you're back. Hi, my name is Coco. Can I get you guys anything to eat? Our special of the day is the vegetable cream soup. Also, the plum wine is in season, so if you would like a bottle, I can get you a bottle of Melly.
6 vegetable creams, or are we saving money? Is anybody not hungry?
Let's all splurge.
Yeah, you know,
Also,
we grow up
I
on
would-
we grow up
Let's
on
also
street,
buy
so
We'll take a bottle of plum wine and 6 vegetable creams, Coco.
five, there's 5 of us.
Oh, wait. Are there... Am I... Oh, yeah, there's only 5 of us. I guess I was counting LG or something. I don't know why I said 6.
Jorak was the 6th.
Oh, Jorak was the 6th for the longest time.
Mm-hmm. She disappears once again back into the kitchen behind the counter. And a little bit of time later, she brings out a bottle of the plum wine. It's got a cute little label written in like a gold shimmery ink that just says Mellie, Mellie. Uncorked, glasses for each of you. Anybody who would like to may partake. It is a semi-sweet red, with definite like plum forward flavors.
Yeah, I would have a glass.
Yeah, I'll have.
And Ari will get in on that.
I will try half a glass.
Natara will not. Gotta be alert.
So Jenna, just for money keeping sake, how much is all that, the bill?
So the cream of vegetable soup in the game, in like actual Breath of the Wild, goes for 70 rupees.
Jesus
not gonna do
fucking
that to you.
Christ!
Holy shit!
I am going
Damn.
to say that they are 35 each, because they do have a lot of expensive vegetables in them.
So 35 times 5 is 175. And how much for the wine?
Is I think I have it as, scroll down. 60.
60? Okay.
60
Alright.
per bottle.
Gang, we are back under 900.
Let's
So
splurge, and then it's like, oh shit.
Splurge.
So,
we've got like 3,000 more rupees.
We're fine.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
rupees,
we're-
rupees are the least of our worries right now. We got to think about what we want to do and where our priorities should lie. So we know that in Eldin, there's Yiga clan activity. Bogey and his gang likely have the teleporter that we need. There's plenty of reasons to get to Eldin. To do so, we can also hit along the Lanayru promenade, along Mount Lanayru, where we know that there's somebody who is currently engaged in combat, maybe, and just needs our help in general with the dragon. On the other hand, we do have that tower or shrine close to the ruins that we now know that Leho is. So we could prepare for that sort of fight. I don't know if we're feeling up to that, or if we want to stick to the original plan and then get to them later. It is the Great Fairy of technology and study and everything, so Aquila, it's like you have a pretty big say in if you're willing to forego that right now or you want to beeline there.
I mean, I would like to go there, but I don't think my say overrides everyone else's vote. But I would vote for that.
I think that we need to stop the Ega and the prophetess from getting their hands on a teleporter device.
Yes, do we know that, like, you didn't find out that what the plan was? Like,
Yeah.
has everything been shared?
Aquila gave the details.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that finding the Ionia, the Lanayru promenade, is the best way to do both of those. Like, we can, because we know that they are Pavilion's like child, so they might have additional insight into where they are without us having to rely on Thrive.
Yeah, for me personally, just because I mean, it's a fellow Rito and like birds of a feather and all that. I feel like I'm willing to help out anybody in need. But that's kind of more on the way of the greater goal, which is stopping the Yiga activity before it becomes a problem. Because it's not like the Great Fairy's going anywhere. It will be a great resource, but it's not going anywhere. I think urgency comes over importance or self-importance in this case.
I agree. Yeah.
Jenna, can I look into my glass of wine and scry on Ionia?
Scry on Ionia. Did I write one for that? Oh gosh.
Nice.
We have her letter. I guess it's a possession.
Not really a possession of hers, though.
I guess once we got it, it was our possession.
Technically,
It was
yeah,
for
everything
you
we have is a
guys.
possession of ours.
Alright, send the spell. I will figure the... What's her modifier? Because it's wisdom, right? Yeah, it's wisdom. You've not met them. Do not know them well.
She does have a +5, but like possession or garment, do we have? Would you say the letter is hers or like the anything is hers? No, just
No,
correspondence.
the only thing you've gotten from her is the letter, and
Alright.
it was just a letter to you guys.
She's got a +5 and she's got to be a 17.
Hang on, I just gotta see what her modifier is. Okay. She gotta beat what? 17?
17.
Okay, hold on. Let's use... Alright. Okay. Looking into your plum wine, you watch as the reflection kind of ripples a bit, but the scry fails.
Okay. Rude.
Yeah. Saves.
I mean, we're not gonna use spells, so I could just do it again. But I'm spending 10 minutes doing this. I'm assuming while everybody's eating.
Yeah, Lydian is staring into his glass of wine. Rest of you kind of chatting for a moment as Coco returns with 5 bowls of hot vegetable cream soup. There are radishes in it. There's carrots. It smells divine. You know, you saw Jorak eating this earlier, Des eating it earlier, and you all enjoy a nice big bowl of soup.
This is probably the best food we've eaten in like a very long time. I'm like thinking about it.
And Lydian, eventually, after the 10 minutes passes, you realize that she resisted your scry.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't really tell me anything. So.
I mean, I think there's value in going to see Ionia, but I also know that Aquila has been a great source of support for all of us as we've gone about aiding our own families. So if we go to Ionia first, I do think we should also prioritize after getting Aquila a meeting with this great fairy. It also gives us time to plan out how we would approach it.
I appreciate that support, but Lorhannon and Lydian are right. We shouldn't prioritize our personal needs over urgency. We can see what happens after we meet with this Ionia.
That's what I meant.
Well, I was there at the Great Fairy. It seemed like there was more than just personal needs. Well, seems like the things that Robbie theorized in this letter could be extremely effective.
We'll have to see what the Great Fairy thinks about that.
Does anybody have anything else to do in Kakariko, or do you think we could just, go through the night, take the long rest, and then set out in the morning?
I mean, I think we're good. Should probably let Des know
Time
we're
is of
leaving.
the essence. And now that our friends are healed, sleep in the morning.
Cool. Because as much as I like shooting the shit, I do want to get going. I'm getting a bit antsy.
We did have like a shopping
enough.
episode, so that makes sense. We gotta.
Let's take a rest and get on out of here then.
Are you all sharing that one room that you got?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Party room.
Sleepover.
I feel like the lights are pitch black, and Lydian's like, do you guys want to share secrets? And everybody's like, no.
It's not that different from the tiny hut.
Yeah, you're right. It's really not.
The difference is that there is a bed there. There's approximately a queen size bed there, and so two of you may share this bed, but there's not room for everybody on the bed.
Yeah, I mean, Anari was just gonna have to sleep on the floor anyway, so that's fine. Someone else can.
Is there a bathtub in here?
There is a sink basin.
Oh man, I can't fit.
Sorry.
How big is the sink basin?
About
Are you gonna enlarge
two.
it?
I'm gonna reduce Natara for a minute.
Oh my god.
It is about it's like a 2-foot circle shape.
I
And like
still don't
probably
think you'll fit.
She doesn't
Probably
need
about
to be
10 inches deep.
submerged, so it's more for people wanting to do it.
Right.
more for
He's
comfort.
taking the bed. Why is it Natara?
I'll sleep on the ground. It's fine.
Yeah, you can have boy bed.
The boy bed.
Boy, Lydia and I get the bed.
Boy bed. Boy bed.
The last time we were in the room here, I took the bed to myself and made Lydia into Bruce. Just like on
I prefer
the counter.
I do prefer roosting, like if I was to sit on like the bed frame if it has a supportive footer.
So I'm sleeping in the bed by myself, and Lydia is roosting on the bed frame. The girl is sleeping on.
Correct.
That's correct.
I looked at my inventory earlier, and it's like hair, butter, rats. Like it's like not a good spot. It's not a good environment.
My computer's breaking.
It's a D&D inventory.
A sketch of Galunk covered in rat hair and butter.
Okay. You all settle in your various positions for the night here. Whoa, come on. Sorry guys, my computer's kind of giving up.
It's okay. If we need to stop the stream, I got it recorded as per usual.
No, it's about to get a lot better once I close this.
Okay.
I will not need this open anymore.
I guess I can do night song. Jenna, is anything gonna happen at night?
A little bit.
All right, I will play the spooky music.
It appears so, yes.
Rust finds you all, though, it seems perhaps you retired a little bit early because the noise from downstairs does permeate through the floor. And as each of you find rest in your various positions around the room, Inari sleeping on the floor in the longest length of the room that it has, because it is not a very large room. You all take a rest for the evening. I will give a moment of time. It's hard to drag out narration for
For music because hold on. It is SoundCloud is not even loading. So
there's just like, similar to before, a couple people tonight might be having
Those Jorak show up at the inn and we hear a roar from downstairs like we did also did the last time we were here.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. At a certain point, he must be wrapping up his druidic duties in the woods behind Kakariko, and you do hear from downstairs like the faintest yo. I don't even know if that registered, but it's a faint yo.
It was so
that you
faint.
can
It
hear
was
from the
so
floor.
faint. It was perfect.
Okay, perfect. And you hear like the noise kind of pick up and then return. Does everybody just dropping off? What is happening? But you all take rest and wake up the next morning with sunlight permeating through the glass panes of the window on the back wall of this room. Did we lose both Sarah and Matt?
Sarah's in the bathroom right now. She'll be right back.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No beard.
I am surely not doing well.
What's the matter? Like technology-wise?
No, I just did you say what happened? Yeah, technology-wise. What happened for the last minute? Did we wake
I'm
up or
back.
is this dreams?
Sorry, I really.
No, we woke up.
Quick.
You guys, wake up. The morning light, I said, permeates the glass pane of the single window on the back wall of this room that you all share.
Wait, did really nothing happen?
We're like, damn, wait.
Yeah, what do you
normal night.
what, you guys want something to break through the window and start attacking us?
No, but Jenna said she needed to drag out narration.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
He was dragging out
Don't worry
narration
about it.
Don't
for
worry.
a long rest.
You all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Lord Cannon's okay.
No,
Yeah, I know that you're used to eerie music starts and then some fuck shit happens to Laura Hannon. It's not you this time, all right?
Look, I've just decided it's better for everybody if I space dreams out, okay? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that's happening.
So
we had
someone.
a couple
okay,
last
so
time, a
someone-
couple this time, and a couple next time, okay?
Got it. So somebody got a dream in text form.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I thought that literally nothing happened.
That was where
really
I
just
was.
messed
That was
with
where I was at.
Okay.
But it is the morning. What would you all like to do?
We went to get a move on. Maybe check out with Des and book it.
Stopping at Des's office before you guys go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense. We should probably let her know we're not going to be here.
Okay. You guys head downstairs, return the key to your room after packing up all your belongings, and make your way across town, once again back to Des's office in the early morning. The desk clerk is present. He sips like a morning tea as you guys walk in and looks up with kind of like a scowl and just goes, "Can I help you?"
Is Des
Uh,
here?
Yeah.
What do you think?
And Ari's just gonna walk into Des's office without giving him any further conversation.
Yeah, you walk by without indulging this awful person. Um, and push the sliding doors to her office to the side. And you see that she's just getting in, kind of like getting things like tidying up a little bit. And oh, good morning, Nari. Wasn't
And
expecting to see
gang.
you so early.
Yes, we were on our way and heading out. We just thought we'd let you know we were leaving, so it wasn't a big surprise. But
Oh, I mean, no surprise at all. You guys have a lot that you've been doing, so I get it. Thank you for saying goodbye beforehand.
Mari's like, no problem. Anyway, she just walks back out the door.
Oh, all right, well, good luck.
And Ari's like dark skin, like a blush that is like semi apparent, but also like is like on her face as she like greets the rest of the gang.
Was that you flirting?
Yeah, that was an Ari flirting. Look, I have to play the fucked up little stupid lesbian. I'm sorry, man. Look, that's
Who?
that. Yeah.
Did not realize. Okay.
I mean, I don't even think Inari knows what she's doing, to be honest. But yeah,
That's fair. That's great.
that's Inari's just Inari. She's my little disaster lesbian. But all right, that's taken care of. We should head out, gang.
We should leave as quick as possible.
You guys depart from the military headquarters of the Shika militia here in Kakariko. Once again, following the path you took to get up to Kotero's grotto, passing by the shrine and re-entering Jorax's woods. And as you begin to walk down the main pass, like not diverging off the way he went, not diverging off the way to Kotero's, you kind of make your way through the main pass of the woods, and a short time later, you realize you've been walking with Jorak the whole time through the woods. So, like,
Hey, Jorak.
where
Hey,
where we going? What's up, bud? Where we going, guys?
Jorek, listen. It's been a long couple days. We need you to keep watch over Kakariko, right? To make sure that everything is safe when we come back. Okay? We need you to just chill around here and around your precinct or whatever you guys may or may not have as your jurisdictions.
Jorak, we need your gun and badge.
So, just keep doing what I've been doing. My Jorak thing.
Yeah, we're gonna like leave the jurisdiction, so where we're going I don't think you can follow, but you're doing a very important job by staying.
Oh, I know. Where are you guys going?
Yeah, maybe you can't help us, but maybe Jorak Jr. can help us. We're trying to find the burrito that was throwing monsters. that
Oh,
Jorak
yo!
Jr.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get him. Let me get my little bud. He once again, Jorak Jr. calling for his bloopy son, Jorak Jr. And once again, Pop appears. A couple rupees scatter, 2 green and a blue. If anybody wants to pick them up, but you guys have some money now, so you could just leave it go. Jorak Jr. appears in the air, kind of runs on the air a bit, and then sits right atop of Jorak's head, and goes, there he is. Sorry, what did he need to do again? What'd you need him?
We were hoping that Jorak Jr. could lead us to where he saw the monsters getting thrown the other day.
Oh, wait, yeah. Bud, where was that at? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, dude. Cake? Are you kidding me? It's just in the Lanayru Promenade. That's like right at the end of my domain, basically. My little woods here. Uh, so we can happily lead you guys there.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
You guys continue down the path that you're heading, straight through his woods. Eventually, the trees begin to thin, and you can see more of the walls of the valley that you pass through here. These like large, sort of plateau-like mountain structures with green tops kind of line the path the whole way. And you guys kind of get to the end of the trees, and he's like, "Yo, I got like some more stuff to do, but my little dude said that the bird lady, the Rito, was like down in the promenade there. And if you just keep going down this path, you cannot miss it. It's like so obvious that this is like an ancient ruin place. And that's the promenade. Once you're like, whoa, there's ruins like everywhere. You're at the promenade.
Well, thank you, Jorek. And Jorek
Yeah,
Jr.
man. Oh, can't forget him.
You guys have been very helpful. For payment for your services, I will give you 1 blue and 2 green rupees.
All right, man. Yeah, sure. Here you go, Jorek Jr. And you watch as like the bloopy that has no like perceivable mouth consumes the rupees.
That's fucking weird. I've never seen anything like that.
That was way more disturbing than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Akila, you should like start researching this stuff. That
Nope.
seems like
Why would that make any? Why would I do that?
It seems more interesting than the technology aspect.
Really?
But well, to me, that's just me.
Maybe you should study it then. I'm
You know
sure
what?
Durak would be willing to give you all the information on it.
Oh, maybe we do that a little bit later. He is like 99% out the door.
So, you guys depart from Jorek and Jorek Jr., who have things to tend to in their woods. The gray morning of like clouds and everything, it does begin to drizzle a bit. As you guys continue down this path, what's like the marching order, so to
The
speak?
what? The what?
The marching order?
What?
Yeah, like not so much like marching order, but like basically like who's in front, who's in back, even if you're going like 2 by 2 or whatever.
So the marching order.
If one of us
Yeah.
was to step on a landmine, which one would it be?
And
I
our
was gonna say Natara because like she's got
Natar goes
Like-
first.
right, like she's got the best perception, but like I don't think she's most likely to step on a landmine.
and Ari will take the back. As per usual.
Oh, I'm with Akila.
That's our lesbian anchor.
Yeah.
And Lydian, where are you at?
My Discord glitched for a little bit, so 3rd maybe.
Before or after Akila and Lorhannon are walking
Separating
together?
them.
That's not an option.
So they're walking together.
So we're walking together, and then Lydia just like walks in between us.
Yeah, like, but like the path is only big enough for 2 people, so like,
The path is
Somebody-
perfectly wide. The path is there's plenty of
Okay.
space. So if you guys wanted to walk all in a line here, you could.
That's right.
But,
1 to 3, 1 is the.
yeah, we'll do 1 through 1. 1 through
We
1.
will, but it'll be awkward. Like some of us will keep trying to like step ahead and then like take
Yeah.
like a half step and like almost
is-
back off.
This is what we
Bad.
call zone 1. Okay, 1, 2, 2. That'll be zone 2. Okay.
I know.
And Natar is just always alone. Cool.
Oh.
So as you
Guys,
follow,
if we were a basketball team, who would be the point guard?
Natara.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Jenna, I cut you off.
It's okay. So, following the grassy slopes of this evidently seldom traveled valley, the rain picks up, and you all begin to be a bit soaked. Natara, you're happy. You all turn a corner at the base of another one of these massive plateaus with the green tops and see a stone gateway through the rain, 50 feet tall, riddled with cracks from aging, unmistakably denoting the entrance to the promenade, as Jorak mentioned. As you approach, it is plain to see whatever details were once carved into the arch and its surrounding walls, nothing but lines of ruins now, have been weathered away. The path turns to cobblestone, and I read your message, Ben. The path turns to cobblestone and continues forward, hugging the left wall built into the cliffside. Up ahead, there are sections of an upper level of the streets still intact, barely supported by the decrepit pillars that line the edge of the path, next to which, on the right side, a body of water ripples from the raindrops. The narrow lake on your right side extends across the valley to the opposite side, where more stone pathways in seemingly worse condition than this side line the opposing cliffs. Far ahead, on that same side, a waterfall streams down from high above the remaining structures. As you cross the threshold, anyone who would like to may give me a perception check.
No, Natara will.
Can-
Okay.
Paranoid guy would also like to.
Oh man.
Can I do it with my spyglass?
Sure.
So you're walking, cutting us off, and also looking with a spyglass.
Yeah.
Just like a forest is just like in the way of everybody.
No, I like to think that Lydian's walking with the spyglass, and that's why he walks between you, because he doesn't actually see you.
That's a
Keep, like ducking as like he whips around with the spyglass.
I'm looking with my spyglass, and I was like, "Yar, what do you see? Oh, I see a ship, a friendship!" And I come up behind them and I put my arms around them.
Like you'll have to laugh, so there you go.
All right. Don't read me my character details.
In order from lowest to highest, what do we have?
I got an 11.
Yeah, I got a 12.
I got a 16.
24.
Nice. So Lydian and Inari, all of you, I would say, know that, like, you note that as you enter the cobblestone path of the ruins here, there are some noises echoing in the distance throughout the valley. Lorhannon and Natara, you guys can pick up on as you get closer that it sounds like a woman and multiple monsters, clearly. And Lorhannon, having the best roll, you hear what you think is a splash. There's definitely something going on up ahead.
She's still going. We found out about this happening 2 days ago, and she's still throwing monsters.
It was yesterday.
2 days
It was
later.
just yesterday.
24 hours straight, non-stop throwing
Jor-
monsters.
Zorak Jr. saw it yesterday?
Hmm.
Okay.
Still impressive.
Yeah.
This Rito's serious business.
This poor lady.
Do you guys want to do anything, or do you want to rush forward and see what's going on?
I would love to rush forward.
Yeah.
We haven't rushed in a while.
It's Russian.
Racing forward. Racing forward to find the source of the commotion. Natara, can you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
Uh-oh. Landmine, here it comes.
That is a 12. Efficient in these two.
Oh wait, are you near me?
No,
You're in the back.
Damn
Damn
it.
it.
Ah, shit.
Inari needs to walk in the middle,
Yeah, that might
in
have
between
to...
all of the others that are walking.
Right.
She can't be in the
I mean,
rear
we've got-
anymore.
Oh,
I'll
Inari's
bump,
totally the
Do I have
center.
to be to Inari?
I'll bump your
If-
to a 17.
Because if we've got our 1-3-1, she's closer than usual.
So you said you bumped it to a 17, Akila?
I did, yes.
Natara, there is a mass that is flying your way. You quickly leap out of the way as
Uh-oh.
Akila says, "Look out!" And you guys see a blue Lizalfos flung from the piece of upper path above you guys. Did I cut out? My screen froze.
No, no, you're good.
Okay. The piece of upper path above you guys and ahead of you guys is flung at you. The its like hurt body crumples at your feet and immediately begins to vaporize into wisps of malice, which is quickly dispersed in the sort of wind tunnel created by the structures in this valley. Before you can do anything, another splash is heard, this time much closer, and as you look over the edge of the path to see into the water below to the right, you watch a blue moblin flailing its arms as it sinks into the gray waters, drowning, as they apparently are unable to swim.
Noted.
Oh, hello. You see a female Rito, less like the ones you've seen in Rito Village, and more akin to the variety in Lorland City. She is a grayish blue with mostly white feathers and a long, pointy orange beak. Like a lot of Rito, she has the same kind of feathery hair. Hers is long with a ponytail in the back of her head, and two pieces gathered in teal bands that fall down on either side of her shoulders. Looking over the edge above and before you guys. Hi, I'm Ionia. I'm from Lanayru. Bye.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I didn't think there was anyone else here.
Wait, that's so good. Holy shit. Damn.
Lydian, we gotta go fly up and say hi.
Oh, right, I forgot you can both fly.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Lydian will fly up and you will just like hover up.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Iron Man fly up to meet them.
Exactly.
Yeah, without a word, I think I just like you said. How far away is she?
Maybe like 15 feet. Like it's like before you guys and up high, like kind of at an angle. Actually,
Yeah.
probably more like 20 feet. But yeah, she's like right there. She's just kind of like looking over the edge. Her long orange beak just like pointed down at you guys, and it like opens kind of
Yeah.
like like that kind of like stork like beak.
Right. I think even without going up to like fly up, if we can just like talk to her from here, I would just say, after a moment, pause and then say, hello, we received your letter. I'm Lydian.
Norway, your 11th hour? Or is it 11 hours? I'm not sure. Sorry. Either way, that you've got my letter. You're here. You're here to help.
I mean, yeah, how long have you been fending off these monsters? It seems like you're doing a good job for multiple days.
Oh yeah, I've been working my way down from top of Mount Lanayru, just in case you guys got my letter, to clear a path so we could get up quickly, to save the dragon.
Right. We'll talk about that on the way, I guess. Anyway, does anybody else want to introduce themselves?
Well,
Yeah, we have Lydian. I don't know all your names. Sorry.
I'm Natara.
Natara?
I'm more Hannon.
Lahannon?
Inari.
Inari?
Yes.
Aquila.
Akila?
Oh, and
Oil?
LG.
ALG?
I'll point at the moron machine at my feet.
Moron machine. I love that. Well, I guess there'll be plenty of time to ask about whatever that is. But I guess, do y'all want to just get started? This should be, like I said, a quick trick. Been clearing the path for, I don't know, a week, 2.
Wait, you
Yeah,
want
by yourself?
you want to go see the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. I was up there. I went to find the Spring of Wisdom, and there's a sick dragon. I mean, you read my letter.
Yes.
Not the best. My penmanship isn't the best, and I'm not excellent with grammar, but I think I got the point across.
Yeah, let's go ahead up. I will ask her where we heard that you were. How did we learn that she was throwing monsters again? Oh, Jorak. I would ask her where she. I know you grew up in Lanayru Bay. That's very clear. Where'd you learn to fight like that or throw the monsters?
In the bay, there's a lot of Lizalfors and Octoroks and other sorts of monsters there that I was part of the militia there to defend
Oh,
the little
Tara
village
is
from.
like nodding along, like knowing that there are so
I'm
many
sorry.
Lizalfos there.
Tara, are you familiar?
Yeah, I was in Lanayru Bay for a while.
Hey. It's amazing. You know what? I did promise you all some Lanayru Bay cuisine, and I will uphold that promise tonight for dinner. So I'm sure you're gonna love it, Natara. I'm sorry. Like, would I know you? Have we met before?
I don't think, well, probably not. I I don't know how old she is, but I suppose I moved like 28 years ago. So if she is any younger than that, she wouldn't.
So probably not then. Sorry. It's a long time. Forget how long Zora's lived. It's crazy. Anyway, let's get started. I guess, right? Heading down the promenade.
yeah, you lead the way.
Sure. And you guys set down this path across the promenade. I can put us. No, we don't have to be on the Kakariko map anymore. I'll put us on Lydian's map. The promenade is it's like the ruins of a town from just ancient times, built on this waterway. And these cobblestone streets and bridges are crumbling, but line the walls of this valley, and it just seems to go on forever. And it's echoey as you guys talk, and as you make your way. What is they angry?
It's
Oh.
to indicate that the Gerudo are angry at us.
Of course,
Anyway,
Jenna, how
as
could you not tell?
my bad. And as you guys make your way down, you see the remains of like weapons, horns, just miscellaneous monster bits of like bokoblins, Lizalfos, and moblins scattered down the path, every couple, little sections of area. And her story kind of holds up. She has been slaying these monsters area by area, making her way down the promenade, at least, over the past who knows how many days.
Is there anything on this map that I could fill in sketch-wise, like while we're walking?
Yeah, here. I will give you. I'll not just give you the promenade, but I'll give you the word Lanayru also. Just give you all this. Oh, if my screen won't unfreeze. There we go. So you're walking along the upper edge of that lake to get to the other side.
Cool. And then I also I would say Ionia, I'm sorry for all the questions. It's just that your life you're very forward about your life story, and I'm very inquisitive.
Yeah.
Why do you have so much stake in this dragon again?
I feel like that's a bit of an odd question coming from you, Lydian. You're also a radar.
I blush a little bit, but then I say like, no, I'm not from Dragon Roost Island like your family. I'm from Rito Village. I mean, it's only
Well,
like legends of dragons, but no real connections.
well, first of all, Rita do have a true connection to dragons. Um, just put that out there first. And of course, I know you're from Tabantha. You look like it. Sorry, I don't mean any offense by that. I just mean that you see, me as a dragon roost reader, I have, more webbed feet, bigger bill, more water looking type. And you look more like a bird of prey, like the Tabantha reader do. You guys in history, when you kind of your ancestors not severed, left Dragon Roost to settle on the mainland, uh, you kind of lost the variety in appearance. And not that that's a bad thing. I mean, you look great. I mean, sorry. But what
No,
I
I
mean to
gotcha.
say is, you have sort of like a falcon hawk type of look, and we have more variety in our look.
Well, your knowledge of like Rito genealogy is pretty impressive. Have you ever even visited Rito Village yourself?
No, sorry. But my father's actually from Redor Village. My mother's from Dragon Roost, or she was from Dragon Roost, but she
Right.
moved to the mainland and raised me in Lanayru Bay.
Yeah, we've been hearing a bit about your father. When's the last time you corresponded with him?
Probably a few months ago. I I didn't know him my whole life. My mum kind of raised me herself. But when she passed away a couple months ago, I decided to go and find him.
And that, um, wait, so then you're just back where you started, though? Did you stop or give up?
Yeah, he leads a different lifestyle than I really want to. I mean, like, he's with this group of, kind of like yourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but they weren't exactly doing good things. Um, I mean, like, uh, I don't know. I don't want to speak poorly of any of them, but it's just that I would rather do good. I'd rather help people, and they were a bit selfish.
Were they just looking for glory or something else that adventurers would go out and look for?
More like riches and, magic weapons and things of that nature. I just, like, they didn't care about helping anybody. They would steal if they wanted to.
Right.
And so I ended up leaving them. Probably there was this place up in the north above Great Hyrule Forest. It was like always dark, and I'm not a fan of the dark myself. I just didn't really want to do it, and they were like, "There's probably treasure in here," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I really just don't want to do that." So I kind of left, and I'm kind of a religious person, and I was just like, I need to get back in touch with my roots, reconnect with some, you know, reconnect with Hylia, and I sought out the Spring of Wisdom, and finally made my way there, only to find a dragon, which was super cool, except that it was covered in goo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting you bring that up, and the situation with the dragon piqued my interest specifically because there's another one over by the Lake of Hylia that is also fallen ill. Seems to be more green in coloration.
Wow.
So,
That's so cool. You've also seen a dragon. Did you help it?
well, it looked like it needed some sort of medicine, and none of us are clerics or I don't know. We're not that great with restorative properties ourselves, and it feels like it might need some sort of mythical other medicine.
Hmm. well, maybe you should ask it what it needs. Like I said, Rita have a connection to dragons, and I guess maybe you being from Tabitha might not know, but we can fly. We are who we are because of dragons. Because of the dragon whose roost was Dragon Roost Island.
Can you speak dragon?
No, sorry. I never really encountered them until recently, so I don't know how they talk.
Right. I would ask it, but I guess I assumed the beast wouldn't understand me.
Fair. You guys continue to travel, uninterrupted through this day. It is pretty much just a day of travel. Is there anything anybody would like to do while you make your way across the promenade?
So she said that she was with them like
For a
a
stint,
couple
yeah.
months ago. I asked her if she was with them near Tanagar Canyon.
Yeah, that was the point I decided to leave, actually.
So were you? Because first time we heard about another adventuring group was at the stable up there.
I didn't make it to the stable. We camped nearby the night prior, and I just left in the morning. I couldn't stay with them anymore. I felt called to do something else with my life. It was only like a week or two that I traveled with them. I did not spend a lot of time.
Sure.
You guys are really interested in this group. Can I ask why?
I believe our fates are twisted in some sort of cosmic soup.
Also, people get us confused with them quite frequently.
I find that hard to believe. I mean, you guys have, would you call it moron machine with you? LG?
I didn't say that out loud. I just
No,
pointed at it.
I loved that phrase. I wrote it down. But you have little guy LG with you. They don't have anything like that. And Zora, that's very different. You don't have a Goron. They have Goron. I guess no, you kind of look too different. Like there's a Gerudo.
Mhm.
You have a Garudor, but you look different. Very different. Sheikah, also a Sheikah, also look very different.
You,
No, I don't see it.
I'm happy you don't see it, but a lot of Hyrule, I don't know if it's some inherent racism or just what, but they kind of just look at all of us and assume we're similar, so I don't know what that's about, but might be important to meet with them, especially if our goals align in any way.
At first, we were, to be honest, pretty antagonistic of them because just we would, from the things that we heard, we would start assuming things, and you know how people can make up narratives in their heads, and of course, this is before we found things like Pavilion being your father, and Bogey had an interaction with one of the little villages that we had up in Tabantha. Just like they seem well traveled, but I guess we assumed that they had the same goal that we do as adventurers.
Yeah, I would say probably not. I wrote them a letter too, to see if they'd come and help with the dragon. Haven't heard anything, obviously. Not quite sure where they are right now. But I don't think they'd help. That's why you guys are heroes. You came to help.
That's right. In the 11th hour.
I'm sorry, does that mean something? I know that's your name, but like...
Akila told me it meant something. By now, it's just I forget what it means. Anyway, let's go ahead and start.
Start what? Sorry, what do you...
Well, are we at the destination yet, or?
At the
We've
What do you
been,
mean at the destination?
we've been
You guys are
walking there.
traveling. Yeah, you've been walking the whole day. And as the day kind of begins to wind down and come to an end, you finally reach the end of Lanayru Promenade. It is it's a city. You basically walked across an entire ancient city in a day. And time to camp. If you guys want to do anything. But
Dang, Ionia, I just walked through an ancient city and I didn't even stop to look at any of the ruins just because we got so invested in conversation. You're very easy to talk to.
oh, thanks, Legion. But as promised, in my letter, I do want to prepare you all a meal. So I guess this is probably as good a place as any to stop and camp. And get started if you guys like.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
So Ionia expertly starts to prepare a small cooking fire and sets up a metal grill over top the open flame as it slowly begins to grow larger and hotter. As it does, she sets to work, pulling out from her bag a pile of fish, crabs, and snails. She sets to work scaling, trimming, gutting a pile of different fish she had caught earlier in the day. Her wings work swiftly and skillfully, preparing the fish meat into small fillets. So, I guess tell me more about yourselves. Where are you all from? Well, I suppose it may be more obvious for some of you than others, but also, how did you meet?
My paranoia is kicking up. Can I do an investigation check?
Okay, you did an investigation check. Sorry, I ask a lot of questions.
25.
She does not have an illusion up. She is
Okay.
just like this.
We've been burned too many times. I just investigate everyone now.
So she asked, tell her more about yourselves. How'd you meet? You know, if anyone would like to share anything.
We met on the Great Plateau. We all came from different purposes. I was up there because I was investigating the Guardian Rex. I'm from nearby in the Dueling Peaks stable.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I've been there. Like, once.
What for?
Passing by. It's a lovely stable.
I met up at the Great Plateau with these guys from Rito Village. I made the trek down with my sister, who's very into history and ancient architecture. She probably would have loved the promenade just now, but she made her way back and is safely there with my mother's. That's me. I mean, you could already tell from my physiology where I was from.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sort of a nerd for read our history. But you should totally bring her to the promenade sometime.
We'll see. She likes to stick her head into places that might blow her face off, and try to, keep her in check with her ambition.
As you guys chat, Ionia switches from preparing the fish to the crabs, which you all begin to realize are still alive. Listening intently, she moves her wings with precision as she spikes each crab, efficiently stabbing her dagger into the brain and nerve centers of the crab. Once at the eyes and again near the tail, she expertly slices off the sharp tips of the legs, twists off the belly flap on the underside, and pulls off the top shell. Those of you who may be more squeamish look away as she shamelessly gets to work dismantling each crab body, their mandibles, their gills, and finally gets to removing the meat from the claws and the legs. And what about the rest of you?
Did you look up how to dismember a crab and prepare
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
Sure, you did your research.
Gross.
Well, I went to the Great Plateau just to get some water for my mother's special drinks. She used to run the Noble Canteen in Gerudo Town.
Sorry, I'm not as familiar with Gerudo Town.
It's great that you're not familiar with Gerudo Town. I'm actually very happy about that.
Oh, really? What is that?
It's a long story. Eventually, I will have a chance to share it, but it's been a bit chaotic.
Huh. That actually reminds me of the Gerudo from Mova's crew. Her name's Fi Mello. Have
Would
you ever
would
met her?
Inari recognize that name at all?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Oh, Inari is stupid. So just a straight intelligence check.
Mm-hmm. It's a high DC for
Oh,
reasons.
yeah. Just intelligence. Where is it? Okay.
What was the name?
It's Fi Mello. Faimelo.
It's well, we're asleep. Let me see. Maybe I could add something to here. It's just a saving throw. I'm not gonna wait.
It's not a saving throw. It's just
Yeah, it's not a
intelligence.
saving throw, so I couldn't use what I was hoping to do. Yeah,
What
you know
got?
what? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just gonna say it's an 8.
Okay. No, definitely not. That is not a name that is familiar to you, and you know a lot of people in Gerudo Town.
Yeah.
But Ionia continues. Yeah, she really hides Gerudo Town.
Wow. Maybe I'm a little more sympathetic to her now than I was before.
Yeah,
Kind
she
of.
definitely is a woman of few words, but I know that anytime anybody talks about Gerudo Town or brings it up or compares her to the place where she's from, she shuts it down.
Has she ever talked about why she doesn't like Gerudo Town?
No, sorry. I again only knew her for like a week or two.
Well, interesting. Let's see.
Well, I was on the Great Plateau running away, hiding.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you in some kind of trouble?
You could say that, yes. You know the Yiga clan?
I think so. A little bit. They're
Well,
like the. No, sorry. What? I guess I probably do. Can you tell me a little bit?
they mainly have a regional feud with the Gerudo, but
Okay.
I got into some trouble with them, and then they were trying to find me.
That sounds scary. Um, though it took some time with preparing the crabs, uh, she is not quite finished yet. Ione reaches for a pile of snails and with her knife begins to cut away the membrane, remove each snail from its shell, cutting away the ends of each tail. And what about you, Tara? How did you get to the Great Plateau?
I actually did not meet them. So I met them by Akala. I was traveling there because there's a great fairy in the region who I was going to see, and then met them at a stable and joined the group.
Wow, you're a really well-traveled bunch. Akala. What were you guys doing up in Akala? I feel like I don't know, there's not a lot up there, right?
To make a long story short, essentially retrieving the what moron machine.
We didn't actually call him that. It was just too good. John, it was too good. Oh, all right. And how'd they get the name LG?
Well, have you come across any of the large, sprawling spider tanks that have been crawling around?
Like the ones in Central Hyrule?
Yes.
Basically, those are guardians. This is a little version, hence the name Little Guardian.
Oh, I see. All right. Wow.
Little guy works too. I mean, you called him Little Guy.
I guess so. Continuing to chat, you all see Ionia begins to combine the different pieces of fish, crab, and snail, skewering them onto sticks and placing them on the now hot grill. It's almost mesmerizing watching her work. She sprinkles crushed rock salt on the meat chunks over the fire. It looks like she's done this hundreds of times. Her movements are so fluid and precise. The smell of cooking seafood hits your noses as you watch her rotate each rod. These will just be off in a minute. I hope you're all hungry.
Yeah, I feel like, between this and soup and Kakariko, this is the best we've eaten in consecutive days since we started our journey.
Well, there's a lot of good food in the region, so I'd be surprised if you were eaten poorly. Mm. There's something I was going to say earlier and I totally forget. But the skewers come off. These are copious seafood skewers. I'm not gonna. I realize that I can barely say the word skewer like in my American English accent. I could not figure out how to say it in an my weird like Australian New Zealand hybrid accent. So she calls them sticks.
Yeah, you're right.
Skewer. I can't even say it. I don't know. But you all dig in and enjoy one of the best meals you've had in a while. I mean, like right on par with the soup you had this morning. Everything is charred perfectly, and the rock salt really brings out all the individual flavors. As you fill your bellies with the copious seafood, is there anything anybody would like to do tonight as you camp here with Ionia?
I have something I want to do, but I've realized I should have done this a while ago. I have that malice sample, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still gaseous inside that
Mm-hmm.
jar. I have the blue Sheik of Flame, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mix them and see what happens.
Science.
I went back in my notes and I saw that Robbie told me that he thought that Malice is almost exactly the opposite of Sheik of Flame. So I want to see what happens now.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have to think about world context really quick as you go to do this. The rest of you finding conversation with the newfound Rito friend, Akila, you put yourself off to the side here to combine your two vials, one containing the continuous flame of Sheikah fire, the other full of wisps of malice. I think before anything, I need a sleight of hand check in order for you to open, but primarily it's the vial of malice that I'm thinking of because it has a tendency to, disperse, to float off in a certain direction. I need a sleight of hand check. Go ahead.
Natura realizing that Akil's doing this is going to be right by LG just in case.
Don't worry, I'm just opening this canister of evil.
Word of inspiration.
I was going to say, I'm going to give Akila Bardic Inspiration.
I really don't think it's that big of a deal, guys.
I'm
going to put a hand on her shoulder and say, don't fuck it up.
Nice.
I need a... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, so Nari's just standing there and staring at her. She's working on this.
As all of you begin to turn your attention to Akila, to try and help with the thing that you all clock that she's about to do, Ionia also would see this, and before you can do anything, sorry, what are you doing?
An experiment, and I will make the check now.
Go ahead, give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Give me the
Okay.
10. Where's the 10?
Let me add Flash of Genius and Inspiration to this.
That's 12 plus.
That's a cool 19.
That's better.
You are swift, Tequila. You open the lid to the continual flame vial, and then ready yourself to pop open the vial of the malice, and you do so quick and swift, and you put them together a hair of a second, not fast enough. The malice
Guys, we should
floats
have given
out
the help action.
and disperses, flying. Where are you guys? Not towards LG. It is a very small amount of malice. It instead flies northwest, out into the night.
Well, that's gonna infect our battle tomorrow.
I doubt it. It didn't seem intelligent when it was trapped inside. Disappointing.
It's not. Oh yeah, it's headed towards the castle. So
And even if it is intelligent, it's a good thing that we got rid of it then.
I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. That stuff kind of looked like the stuff on the dragon. I just want to point out to you guys.
It probably is. It was malice.
My friend Aquila is a researcher who likes to, regardless of moral alignment of herself or the samples that she collects, will just put things together and different, combine different elements, different infusions with all of our gear, magically infuse it, and sometimes spontaneously combine Sheikah Flame with her sample of malice.
This
in
is
the middle of
literally
our
the first time this has happened.
in the middle of meeting a new friend, and I'm not sure if Aquila knew if that was going to be like an explosion or not. So
It was going to be an explosion. I'd say that's a good result.
Well, seems like quite the talent you have there.
it's such a dig, like just seeing the malice fly away. It's like, what a talent!
No, that's not what I mean. The tone of her voice is a bit nervous, because you guys were discussing that it could have exploded.
We don't know if it could have exploded or not.
All right.
The whole point was to find out.
Aquila's got a lot of sorting out to do. Just don't. Maybe we sleep on opposite sides of the camp. If it makes you feel any better.
I don't know why you're trying to make our new friend so afraid of me.
No, I'm not. I'm just. I mean, she seems. I don't want to lose an asset. We've lost plenty already, and she seems like an asset is the only word that I can come up with right now.
Thank you. But I'm not afraid. Like I said, the only thing that really scares me is kind of the dark. I'm not really a fan of darkness.
Can I take a torch out and stick it into the Sheikah Blue Flame?
Sure.
And then
You light a torch with the fire that Ionia used to cook dinner, and you put it to the blue flame, right?
Yep, and then I want to transfer that new torch, try and get the fire into the other jar, now empty malice jar.
Oh, I see. So you're lighting the torch with the little fire that you have
Yes.
in there. Gotcha. So you it does transfer. It does fall out and light the torch. It is no longer in that original vial that it was in. And
Finite amount.
yes, it is a small amount that you have. And you're going to put it into the other jar?
I'll just return it to its original jar and reseal it, and I will give it to Ionia. This never goes out. It's good against the dark.
Oh my gosh, that's so incredibly kind of you. Are you sure? This is like your thing, apparently.
Well, I don't have much else to test on it, and judging by the tone of my companion, further testing is not welcome. So, it's better in your hands anyway.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I I don't have anything to give you in return. However, I did just make dinner for everybody,
Yeah.
so
That's
hopefully
already
that's
plenty.
a little even in a way. But yeah, I guess I'm really excited to meet all of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can all do once we get to the top of this mountain.
Yeah. I am too.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do tonight?
Can I kindly... Is there any sort of water around us whatsoever? Frozen?
Yeah.
Puddles or something?
Not frozen. No, you're not in like the cold area yet. You are like at the I mean like you're just right outside the promenade. You're like in the Lanayru sort of like this like valley almost.
Yeah.
And I mean you're not far from the promenade, which has that whole lake, so you can go and get fresh water from the lake if you'd like.
I'm just gonna go ahead and as the moon is starting to rise, scry in the lake.
What are you scrying on?
I would like to scry on Ferosa. Let's
Okay.
see if we get a connection.
What does the modifier end up being here?
Did we give the canteen back?
I don't think so. I think Inari still has
no,
it.
I have it.
But
I would ask her for the canteen. But I guess, would we know her well at this point, or we've just met her?
you know, Ferosa?
Ferosa.
You know her well.
Okay, then she's got a -5 to her modifier anyway, regardless of the garment or the
Awesome.
possession.
Okay.
What?
You head over to the body of water and spend some time casting Scry on it. The image comes through very easily. It's almost as if you have like the perfect connection. I rolled a nat 1.
It's a -4 total.
Oh, plus her modifiers, was what I'm gonna say, but it is negative. Comes through. You see, because it is night, Ferosa is asleep in a prison cell.
Okay.
There are no windows. It is just sandstone walls around her and a small torch on like a sconce by the entrance, the entrance to her cell. As there is a locked door.
Can I hear any sort of conversation from the guards or anything at all? Anybody else?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 19.
From outside the doorway there are 2 guards posted. You can hear them sort of like giggling and like, oh, shh, keep it down. We don't wake her. And they kind of talk about like nonsense for the most part.
Well,
I
if they talk in
guess-
Gerudo, I can't understand them.
Oh, true, yeah. They wouldn't
Yeah.
be talking Gerudo. They are down in the prison underneath the palace guarding. So
Yeah, just wanted to be honest.
but you hear giggling, you hear Gerudo. You 1 second. You would hear Inari's name mentioned at one point.
No. Okay.
And a lot of like they're just kind of like, it's late at night. They're kind of like just, shooting the shit, giggling, and like you hear like Gerudo, 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 Inari, Gerudo, 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 because her name would be Inari, Gerudo.
Would I recognize the words for either Vo or Yiga surrounding that at all?
You wouldn't hear the word Yiga. You'd probably hear like a couple words that you recognize, like thigh. And no, that's kind of it. That would be the only word.
Could I tell if they're talking about her in like a positive or like even flirtatious way, or in like a gossipy way, like this? I heard something went bad.
It's pretty apparent that it is gossipy.
Okay, gossipy. All right. After the scry ends, I will convey to Mari that, for better or for worse, the result of the trial was that your mother is alive in a prison cell. Just thought you should know.
Oh. Well, I guess that's what I wanted. But I wonder if they'll just keep her there permanently.
It's tough to say.
Well, thank you for using some of your own mental energy to check in on her. Appreciate it.
Of course.
I can't believe I have sympathy for her right now, but anyway, I mean, how are you feeling about going and helping this dragon tomorrow?
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, Ionia's words really stirred up something inside me about, like, the ancestry, and it makes me feel like in all this bleakness and sorrow that's surrounded us and kind of followed us like a rain cloud around our party for the last days, it seems like this might be a spark of hope or a spark of something that's interesting and optimistic, and her energy is very infectious.
Yeah, I mean, she is unique, but I mean, it's odd to think that we might be helping one of your kin. Dragons.
Right. I don't know exactly what our connection is yet, to dragons, that is. But I don't know. I kind of want to see if we can help this dragon. I know we have a lot bigger matters to get to, but if it's easy or we could do it simply, I'd like to.
I mean, helping her gives us more information about them, so I think this makes sense.
Do you think she would end up joining our party, or is that too ambitious after just meeting her?
I mean, you want her to join the party?
Well, it's a thought in the long run. If everything goes well tomorrow and during this little bout, like, she seems like she needs a good-natured adventuring group to go with.
Ari's thinking about, like, does Lydian have a crush on this woman? Because Inari is just thinking about every time we have come across another female character that is breathing and not already attached to another. And he's like,
I feel like I would read this on her and just be like, I know what it seems like. She's very good in combat. She's like as good as Des would be in combat, for all we know.
I mean,
she was throwing moblins off a cliff. She can cook. That's like, yeah. And I feel like it would just be she would insert that optimism. Well, I'm not, personal feelings aside, I feel like she would be.
Wait. Personal feelings aside. What does that mean?
Nothing.
Huh.
Doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Good cook. Knows how to fight. I mean, that's valid. I mean, we can always ask her.
She knows more Rito, like, anthology more than anybody in Rito Village. And she's not even from there. You can't tell me that's not impressive to you.
I mean, it's impressive, but I mean, impressive in the like, oh wow, that's so cool sort of way. I just don't have as much investment in Rito history as you do, but I mean, it's still interesting. The fact that she's able to pick apart where you're from is unique. Um, I,
I promise I won't be overbearing.
uh, I mean, you're not being overbearing. I was just curious. That's all. That's all. Wanted to understand the motivations, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I think she could make a good fit. Can always ask her. I'm sure she will be very grateful for all that us, and by extension you, do when we save the dragon, hopefully. So get some rest and see how tomorrow goes. Maybe.
All right. We'll head back to the rest of the camp.
Is anybody else doing anything tonight?
Nope.
Watches?
Oh yeah.
Um,
And there are 6 people available for watch, because there's Ionia here also. So if anybody would like to double up, again, you guys are more than welcome.
I will take the first watch.
I will take second watch.
me knowing that it's likely that uh me knowing that it's likely that Aquila will be taking Dawn Watch and is about to say that, I will say, Ionia, do you want to third watch? Do you want to double up? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. That sounds fun.
Nori grimaces.
Great.
All right, so I wanted to be on the same watch with Lydian, but seeing that it's gonna be some weird bird fuckfest, I am taking Dawn Watch.
And Natara, would you like to double up
Listen,
with
I
anybody?
just met this fucking person.
I'll double up with Aquila.
I also wanted to be on the same watch as Lydia, probably for the same reason Aquila does.
What is that? What do you guys have to tell me? I can't.
That's right. The unethical gang is here to beat your ass up, boy.
If you actually do have something important to tell me, you can like pull me aside either.
Yeah, you can pull him aside before the night, like Inari did.
That's fun. Don't worry about it.
I'll
Oh,
take people into my office like Lorena did.
office hours.
Office hours with Lydia.
Yeah, sorry. Lydian's office hours are all signed up for by one person, apparently.
No, he signed them up.
But with once again full bellies, and the companionship of a new friend, you all settle in for the evening. Lorhanan, you staying awake. As everybody drifts to sleep, please give me a perception check and tell me what you're doing.
I got a 16 on my perception check.
Nice.
I gotta
And now that we're not in the hustle and bustle and not all sleeping in the same room as my 4 closest friends, I am gonna go for just a little bit of a walk, and like maybe not trying to tap into any new powers from Kotera, but try to like think. I would like to think back like through my life and try and see if I can come up with any times where I exhibited prophetic powers.
Go ahead and give me a history check.
That's a 12 on my history check.
With a 12, you kind of go back chronologically backwards, or I guess like reverse chronologically. I don't know, whatever the word is. And you think back to, this time where you've been where you first like met everybody and had interest in finding other powers that you could potentially utilize for your own benefit to take down Master Koga, your sworn enemy. And you think back to Hateno Village, where you called out to this statue, and it did respond to you over the night. And this search, this pull you kind of felt in the recent months to find something else. And with the 12, another more obvious one, you think back to your time in the Yiga clan and how easy it was for you to rise to the rank of Blade Master. I mean, not easy in the sense of the challenges you faced, but you did feel a genuine connection to your patron, and because of that, maybe that's why you became a Blade Master at a younger age than many foot soldiers do. You were good, and a lot of that, sure, natural ability, but perhaps there's something more, another aspect to yourself that made that the case. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Your watch comes to an end uneventfully. The walk was nice in this area you've never been before. It is quite a lovely area. Lanayru is nice. But you go and wake up Inari for her watch.
You do.
Inari, Lorhannen wakes you.
Mm-hmm.
Please give me a perception check and tell me what it is you're doing.
All right, I'm gonna borrow knowledge, that perception check.
Might as well if you have it. Anytime you take a watch.
Oh shit. Well, that's a 19, but if we add a 4 to that, that's technically a 23. So.
That is a very good perception check. You are on alert. Nothing is going to get past you tonight.
Oh yeah.
At least for your watch. What are you doing?
I think this is probably one of the first watches where we haven't been dealing with intensely chaotic night events, or we haven't been sleeping together in the room. And I think maybe she is starting to become increasingly aware of the silence that follows her now that she no longer has a embodied canteen at her hip talking to her in the middle of the night. And I think she is going to kind of think on that. She's focused on what's happening with her mother, wondering why her mother's not dead, especially after the testimony given by a bunch of traitors at that point. And I also think she is going to reflect on the irony of having Urbos's weapon when she has literally just been exiled from Gerudo Town. But none of it's, I don't think any of it's like a depressing thought process. It's more so just like, haha, this is all crazy, sort of such.
My life is a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certainly ironic. Definitely a lot of interesting things with some interesting revelations with Lydian's scry revealing your mother's status.
Yeah.
Reflecting on all these things, looking out into the night. I'd say with a 23, in the distance, not in the way of Mount Lanayru, more to the south, you hear some like far distance echoing through the valleys here. I guess like roars, like distant roaring.
Okay.
A couple times through the night, but too far away to be of any concern. Your watch comes to an end, and you hear that it is Lydian and Ionia up next. Go and wake up Lydian. Do you also wake up Ionia? Leave that to Lydian.
I'm gonna leave that to Lydian.
Lydian, Inari wakes you for your watch and goes off to bed.
I just feel like you guys should be more supportive. I
No,
know.
and Ari's.
I know that, like, I feel like I fly off the handle with these romances, but it's just, it could be different. I'd have to keep my mind.
Look, Anari is supportive. She's just awkward. I like it's
Oh my god, man.
just go do your little bird thing.
You miss
Your
100%.
little bird thing?
You
don't know.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You should know that as our center.
Anari would be the center. Yeah,
She's definitely the center. Come on.
yeah.
Got a real pig on our team.
Okay, I'll wake up Ionia, and we don't have to RP the whole conversation because we did that earlier. But I would just ask her about growing up in I guess like Lanayru Promenade, what she knew about Dragon Roost, like if it was cold or warm, or like what the climate was like, her childhood, anything.
She grew up in Lanayru Bay, not the Promenade, but she tells you that she lived with her mother in like a cliffside roost high above the waters. So she was always like she always had a safe place to go away from the monsters down below. But even still, she knew that they were an issue and aspired to join the militia there that keeps the monsters at, I mean, pun intended, at bay. Um, and she has a she has this hammer that she uses. It's a maul. It's a really big hammer that she carries, and she uses it to beat up monsters. And she tells you also about how you know, you guys are coming up on this area that she had this really good fight with a couple of ice breath Lizalfos, and how she like cracked the like the horn like off the nose of one of them, and just like a couple details about this battle that she had with them, because she just kind of gets derailed and talks about this instead. um
I think I rifle through my bag because I know that when we fought Lizalfos, like one of the last times we fought Lizalfos around Day of Village, I think, we kept one of the horns as like a trophy as well. So I would like be digging around the bag of holding to like produce that if we still have it. But I don't know if we do.
I think you kept it because it broke I think Anari's weapon.
It broke in
Or
Lorhanon's weapon, yeah. I also want to ask her about like I would talk more about my sister, if she has any siblings, and also if you know, about the whole low in the military thing and like being conflicted about that, seeing that she's like a fighter herself.
She doesn't have any direct siblings herself. Her mother's brother, like her uncle, lives on Dragon Roost with her two cousins, who, you know, she saw quite frequently. Like they, you know, would come over to the mainland, and they're kind of like brothers to her. And she, as far as like the military thing, she kind of has this take of like, you know, it's a noble cause to serve your people, and want to protect them. And she thinks that your sister is noble and righteous for doing that. And she understands too, like as somebody that wants to protect people, you're want to protect your sister, and you know, just kind of gotta let people do their thing, and that's okay.
I also play the lute.
Oh no, no way! I play drums.
You play drums?
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh
over.
gosh.
Can I get what instrument do you have?
She has like a little hand drum.
You seem very proficient in like all walks of life. I mean, you can fight, you can research, you can like, you know, clean and produce instruments. And
When did I clean?
or not cleaning,
Cook?
cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I'm a girl of my people, and I participate in a lot. Used to, like, growing up at the Bay.
Yeah. I guess I was thinking of cleaning because she like literally dissected those
Oh, for the crabs.
I was like, 'cause
Yeah,
I
guys.
didn't even in my head. I didn't even recognize it as cooking. I was like, oh, she's like cleaning them for like scientifically.
No, she was like murdering the crabs swiftly
Yeah.
and dissecting their bodies. Yeah.
That was
the
one of the lesser desirable aspects, but still net
But it
positive.
was tasty.
It was good.
But yeah, you guys have a good conversation. Give me a perception check with disadvantage though, for the sake of the watch.
Gotcha. Perception. Still 19 with disadvantage.
Wow, nice. Watch goes by too quickly, almost, but you realize that it is time for Dawn Watch to kick off. So you go ahead and say goodnight once again to Ionia and wake Natara and Aquila.
Correct.
Also, is everybody okay? I'm sorry, I totally blew past break because we started at a weird time and I just totally forgot. Is everybody good if we just like get to the end of the long rest here and then take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry for forgetting.
No, you're good.
But Aquila and Natar, you guys get up for your rest. Give me a perception check, and what are you guys doing?
I am just silently thinking.
I got an 18 on my perception check.
Nice.
I got a 22.
Aquila, with a 22, at a couple points through the night, you also hear far in the distance a couple doors. But before the sun, like they would stop by the time the sun starts to rise, and they are pretty scattered and intermittent. And you're welcome to point them out to Natara as well.
I most certainly do. That is weird shit going on.
Yeah, I feel like Natara would try and focus to hear them and then just not be able to.
Well, once she points it out, you do pick up on a couple, especially with an 18. It's just something that you wouldn't have noticed without her pointing out.
I guess Natara might ask Aquila a little more about Robbie's letter. Kind of like that, kind of along with the dragon seemingly like being affected by malice. Like if perhaps we'd be able like not like test it on the dragon first, but like see if it helps the dragon. That might give a little bit more indication of what that might be able to do with guardians as well.
The thought had occurred to me. It might be analogous. But I fear that a dragon will be much worse than a corrupted guardian.
That is true. I guess it does sound like it is more sick than hostile.
You and Inari
But-
seem to have the most healing capabilities in that case. If there's anything I can do to support you in the coming fight, let me know.
I will. Tara will probably also ask Aquila how she's doing. Just like generally checking in.
I will wait a beat and say, fine.
I am here if you need anything. She's not gonna press further, but wants to make sure Akila's okay.
I will say nothing more.
And with that, the sun begins to rise after a night full of conversation and thought. You all wake in the morning, gain the benefits of a long rest, and we will take a break. I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay.
The 1:30 threw me off, and I was like, "Oh, it's I don't know what I thought. I don't even know."
All right, hold on. Now that we're on break, Jenna, you had an
Yes.
Australian New Zealand accent in your back pocket this entire time?
It's so good.
Not
been
back pocket. She's been
practicing it.
practicing for like 2 weeks or more.
Oh damn.
It
months,
is
probably.
so good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I pretty much my whole drive between home and work,
Yeah.
I just sit there and just practice saying things. I'll listen to the radio and sort of
Say it
parrot back
back.
the words that they sing. Except I don't sing it, I just say the words.
I think it was like 2 days ago. I was like, just playing Tears of the Kingdom, and then Jen, like whenever I would say something out loud, Jenna would just like parrot back whatever I was saying, but in her accent. I'm like, do you mind?
It's just an Australian parrot in your house.
Yeah, so get ready. There will be a PC at some point with this Australian accent that has
dub.
destroyed my British accent, by the way. Every time I try and do a British accent now,
Oh,
it just
this
falls
is
into
what
Aussie.
destroyed it. It happens.
All right, break. You guys rise the next day. Mount Lanayru towering in the distance. Though the area around here is not flat by any means, Mount Lanayru is massive. It truly is. It is a snow and ice covered mountain, and you can feel the cold chill, even though you're not like in the snow in the thick of the mountain yet. You can feel it all the way down here in the green basins below. I will, for the sake of yay more map completion, give you guys the mountain
Huzzah.
because that would be cool. I'll just give you all this because, give you some map.
We love having a bit of
Yeah.
map.
Format completion.
So there it is. You guys are at the Green Basin below between the end of Lanayru Promenade and the mountain itself. So this next morning, Ionia will address you all. All right, so we have quite a bit of time before we can really get to the top. It is should be empty of monsters. I think I got them all, but it is still very treacherous. So I think we should at least, maybe not yet, but at some point we should transition to a buddy system, and we can pair off however we'd like. But once we get to the part where we're actually scaling the mountain, it would be advantageous to tie off with ropes. Not to everybody, but to like a pair, just to keep track of everyone. Does that make sense? I've, grown up around here. I've been up on the mountain multiple times. I think that's probably the safest way to go for any of you who wouldn't be familiar with the landscape.
I think that makes sense.
So we're still good for at least today. Definitely tomorrow when we get way up in the height of it all. That'll be the better time. Do y'all have like warm clothing at all?
We sure do.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, that's all. We should be good then. Yeah, I guess I'll start. I'll keep leading us. And so, as you guys set off again this morning, the air getting colder and colder as you carry on through the day. Are there any conversations or things you guys would like to do? Talk to each other? Apparently, there's a queue of people waiting to talk to Lydian.
I would like to start by
Like-
flying Lydian off tower.
Wait, what?
Applying for Lydian officers.
Okay, yeah. Office hours have been approved for Lorhanan today.
I'll be like, Lydian. I mean, I'm not sure that, I know you want to keep people safe, but discouraging Akila's research like that.
Oh,
Uh,
that's right. Unethical gang is here. That's right. I've got allies, baby.
Yeah, listen, Lorhanan, there's a certain thing called subtlety, I guess, that I prioritize when it comes to like meeting new people. You don't want to put them off too much, and somebody who might be like a great part of our little journey up this mountain. I mean, she's pretty much our tour guide up this mountain. We don't want to like perform probably the most dangerous thing Akila has ever done right off the bat, like before they've even said two sentences to each other. So I guess it's not so much about protection and more just about like manners. I don't know.
So you would not do whatever it takes to save the world, just not to hurt someone's feelings?
I think I would laugh at this and say, I'm not sure that performing an experiment on two elements is going to inherently save the world. It might be helpful in the long run, but we don't know that until the experiment's done. So I feel like maybe doing that a few days ago or a few days in the future would probably be where I would put that. I'm not Akila, though. I'm not going to discourage Akila's experiments. She would probably kill me.
Right. I suppose I understand where you're coming from, but
If I just showed up to
Maybe.
your house and I was like, "Hi, I'm Lydian. I'm going to do science now," and like plugged in two things that you didn't know what they were, would you be off put and be like, maybe this person might be reckless?
Lydian, I don't think you can preach about being reckless.
Oh damn, we're
Well-
like
Wait, you don't
Look.
think I could preach about being? Are you implying that I am reckless?
Yeah. I
oh
I feel, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Look.
I switch on and off depending on the day.
Lydian, I'm not upset with you. I don't want you to think that this is I'm trying to start a fight or anything, but
No,
maybe you should talk to Akila about this.
I think so. It's not. I promise I won't do it again. I just if it's all the same to you, I just like I said in the moment, we've met a lot of people that have kind of stabbed us in the back and or are Yigas in disguise or enemies or something, and Ionia seems like somebody who's willing to give us the time of day and seems to hold her own in combat, and I would hate for her to keep her distance from our group because of any sort of scientific misunderstanding, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
You want her to join the group?
I mean, like I wouldn't be opposed. I brought it up with Inari yesterday. At least for right now, she's part of the group, but she said herself she was with an adventuring party. That sort of fizzled out with her father, and if she's looking for somebody who are looking to do good, I mean that's our whole MO.
Well, I'll keep an eye on her. See what I think.
I appreciate it. I'm not sure with what Kotera will grant you, but I hope it's a boost to looking to see her truths and to see if she is who she says she is and can be trusted.
I'll
I'll
back off. End my session.
Yeah, I'll drift over to Akila and just like call her aside and just say like you wanted to talk about something or
Is something wrong between us?
You and I, no, I've just been preoccupied. I'm sorry. Uh, Lord Hannon raised some concerns that might have felt like I was stepping on your toes a little bit, and I'm sorry. I just didn't want to off-put our new guest.
Our new guest throws monsters into rivers. I don't think a couple of jars of chemicals would upset her.
I guess, can I just ask? I'm naturally inquisitive. Why did you decide to? I think it was worthwhile what you did. It makes sense given Robbie's letter, but why decide right as soon as we meet somebody new who could be like a great asset for our team to do one of the most dangerous things you've ever done?
You think that was the most dangerous thing we've ever done?
Well, as far
A
as
time when my
experiment,
horse exploded underneath me and then I marched toward a guardian, that was
Okay.
less dangerous than that.
no, not in action, in experiment, like in things that you can control. You obviously can't control when a guardian's going to shoot
That's
a
not a
blade.
good distinguishment. I'd say that was an experiment as well.
Keela, you're surgically picking apart my words, just like you always do.
I also would say that if Ionia was not made of stern stuff and was afraid of two chemicals and ran away, that she would not be a valuable asset anyway in the fight ahead.
I guess you're right.
My
it's
intention wasn't to disturb her, and I'll try to be more perceptive of this in the future.
no. I mean, you. Maybe it's me, Akila. I feel like I shelf blame a lot, but really it's just kind of, I have this whole thing with Low, and just when I see somebody who is, whether or not they are yeah, have prowess in combat, like Low and Ionia have both shown, it's still my instinct to like protect the people. And maybe it's the fact that she's a Rito too. I just have a unspoken kinship with her.
Are you sure your relationship is not like with Lo and more like with Emia or whatever the last girl's name was?
I can't even I don't have a defense. I'm not sure yet. I right now we just got to know her. I feel I'm like Lydian's fully blushing and just stammering over his words and just feeling like just will say maybe actually shut up for the first time in his life and just say, Akila, I'll be better about it. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I mean,
You're protective, but it seems that Ionia can fend for herself.
Akila, have you ever wanted a relationship?
Not particularly, no.
I guess has it just never interested you, or
No.
yeah, I feel like it's tough. That's a lot of the way the Rito flies is just kind of emotionally this way and off the handle that way, and we seem to disconnect sometimes. But
I mean, I can understand, even though I haven't experienced.
I'll
Like I said, it's not a problem. I was just an observation. That's all.
well, you're very observant. Natara might have the most perception, but you're very observant. I'm just gonna ruminate, I think, for a little bit. I'll just I think I'm done.
Try not to worry too much. We can all worry for ourselves. You don't need to worry for each of us and expend your energy. We need you fresh for the fights ahead. And for keeping all of us in check.
Well, thank you, Akila. It feels good to be needed and wanted, and likewise to yourself. I mean, do whatever you need to that would be best for us in the long run. I'll keep my beak out of things.
I will.
Are there other conversations that anybody would like to have?
Natara is going to pull Lord Hannon aside, but just to ask him to do a watch with her tonight if we do watches.
You'll look like weird. But okay. Is everything all right? If Kotera killed you, are you feeling sick again, or
I'm okay. I want to talk to you about some of the things she said.
you see? Okay.
Anything else? While you guys travel today?
Do I have
Go ahead, Inari, if you have anything.
like, do I have Inari talk to Akil right now, or do I wait?
You should.
And
No.
Yeah, I'd say-
are we fighting again?
I don't know. I don't think we're fighting, but I think there's something Inari might be curious about based off of what we.
Damn, we're fighting again.
Talk to her.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Inari walk up to her now. Well, not walk. Well, yeah, because we don't have horses.
All right,
Walk
all
up
right.
to her.
11th hour civil war starts now.
So this is purposeful, John.
So,
Just interesting how the talk with the Great Fairy went.
yes, it was illuminating.
Offering up Isha.
You disapprove?
Look, my feelings are complicated, but I maybe would have liked having a little chat about that before it was brought up to the very odd Great Fairy, who I personally find very distasteful for multiple reasons, but I get we have to give up secrets, so just a warning, and the future might be nice. That's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, see? No fight. No fight. We good. we
I'm
we good.
so unsettled right now.
Girlies are good. Girlies are so good.
Go on pass.
Come on, go ahead.
I will also want to talk to Inari.
We're all just like pointing at each other and like sweating like at the exact same time.
You guys, all of you guys keep like pulling each other off to the side to chat, and Ionia's just leading the way, just like, oh, all right then. Watch your step here, and like you guys just keep following her, pairing off to talk.
But we're just like rotating around, like who's
Right.
talking to who.
We are just naturally
Yeah.
like she knows so little about us. She just naturally assumes we are all this catty, which I think is hilarious.
We spent
First impression.
we
Yeah.
spent all day yesterday being totally silent, except for quizzing her. And today we're just like,
We're just gossiping.
yeah, I'm not here to gossip. I'll go over to after talking with Natar. Walk over to Inari when she's done with Tequila and ask him how she's feeling. Like, did it seem like Kotera's magic worked?
I mean, I feel really good. I mean, I would have preferred it not being Kotera who solved it, but take what I can get right now. I'm not going to complain. How are you feeling after going into the Fey realm? I am assuming.
I actually don't feel that different. Makes me a little nervous.
What will probably happen is you'll go into combat, and you'll just get this feeling of like, oh, I should use this very odd thing that I can sense somewhere, and then you'll do something really unsettling that you didn't know you could do, maybe.
Is that like what happened with you when you were talking to Ron?
A little, yeah. Like I just woke up one day and I was like, wow, I bet I could shoot ice out of my fingers, and then I was able to do it. So I might work that way for you, unless she told you exactly what she was giving you.
No, just grabbed me and pulled me underneath the water. Yeah.
You
I
can't.
mean, I know we talked beforehand, but like, are you sure you're okay with it? You seem
I don't want you
a little
to.
spiteful towards Kotera right
I,
now.
look, I don't want you to think that any distaste I have for her is not reflected on you. It is more so I am uncomfortable with her prying nature. That is all. If I had it my way, she would know nothing about me. Just as I would like most people to know nothing about me. But that's separate of whatever you need to be doing. And I think if this can be beneficial for you, it's good. Just because I doesn't like her, don't like her, doesn't mean she's not a good patron. I mean, probably better than some of the other patrons you've had. Or patron.
Yeah, sorry.
Hmm?
Sorry.
Oh. I mean, you don't need to apologize. Um, but yeah, I mean, she, I guess she wouldn't have reached out to you yet. I mean, it's kind of soon after everything happened, but
Yeah.
do you, are you ready for when she does?
Well, the longer it takes, the more nervous I get.
The more, oh, I'm sorry, I mean, cut
The
out
more
the,
nervous I think I'll get.
ah. Well, it's just, um, when the time gets there, we'll all be there, of course. I mean, it can't be any worse than some of the other things we've had to do. Ha ha ha.
I sure hope not.
Jenna starts plotting immediately.
I don't want to have dragged everyone else into something.
To be fair, I think we've all sort of dragged each other into each other's messes this entire time. I think that's pretty much this party's MO. So, you know, it's fine.
Right, but don't I generally make people's messes worse?
Oh, yeah. um, and Ari will pause and look at him, and I don't think. I think you should reframe that. I don't think it's you that always makes things worse. In fact, I would argue it's hashtag society. It's the world doesn't understand you, and maybe that's why it treats you differently. But we understand you. I mean, sort of. I don't know if we fully understand you yet, but and that's all that matters. I don't.
Yeah.
Just stare at each other like.
Exactly.
But no, I Lahan, and if I still spent all of this time silently questioning everything you did and was anxious about it, I would never get any sleep. um, I gave up everything I had because I trusted you more than I trusted everything else. I know what you're doing with Kotera, and I promise I don't have any resignations about it. I simply have my own hang-ups, which are completely separate of all of this.
And I think warranted.
Thank you. So, how do we feel about Lydian just the whole new, like, do we think this is gonna be more of a thing? Like,
I'm not sure what to. He mentioned that he talked to you about trying to recruit Ionia.
yeah, I said if she wanted to. But she'd have to put up with all of us, which is asking a lot.
Yeah. I think I'd like to see her in action first.
I mean,
Sure, we saw what happened to those two monsters, but
that's fair. I mean, I'm sure she'll be interesting, and we're gonna have a shot at that soon, so we'll see. But yeah. We've got each other's backs, so I'm sure we'll be fine, and I'm sure she'll be good too.
remember the last time we were led up a mountain by a Rito.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's
I
true.
didn't have a crush on her. She was platonic.
She was
She was
platonic.
antagonistic.
I
Now she's on
mean,
my kill list. Honestly, wait a minute. I need to like differentiate people who I have a crush on and people who I want to kill.
There's, like-
there's a very thin line,
there's no in between.
and that's where you guys are.
Yeah, I mean, look, between you and me, we can keep an eye on her. And I don't get any
Yeah.
odd vibes about her, but that's smart. We probably should keep an eye on her.
That was my plan.
And yeah, and Ari will nod and kind of just go back to a comfortable walking silence. Unless there's more tea that needs to be spilled right now. I don't know. It's gonna
I
become
will just ask if we'll be mountain buddies.
and Ari just nods. Like, that sounds like a good idea. Birds of a feather flock together. No, sorry, I don't know what that was. I had a lot of coffee before we started this campaign, and it's questionable what it's doing to my mind right now.
This campaign?
This session. You know what?
2-year-old cup of coffee.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's fair too. But yeah, and Ari's just nods.
Dude, enemies to mountain buddies.
Bessies.
Natara, would you like to have your conversation now?
Yeah, I can have my conversation now. Gonna, yeah, try and be a little bit away from everyone else.
I'm getting now pulled away by Natara, who's like, talk to you later. And I'm like, no way, to actually talk to you now.
Sorry, Warhannon.
But Hannah's just like, oh my. Like, you pulled me aside the second time. I'm like, no, seriously, you need to tell me if you're sick.
I know it. I guess the first thing Natara's gonna do, she's gonna. Does Natara know how old Lorhannon is? Okay. It's Lorhannon. She's gonna ask if how old you are.
Your actual
So
age?
real.
Are
So
you,
real.
are you asking your actual age?
Yeah.
32.
And-
That's the age that you told me, at least.
Oh,
32.
he's
I'm
ancient.
like, it's 30 something.
It is an even number. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 32.
Just geriatric.
Natara's like kind of looking at you funny a little bit. Like
Looking
there's
at me funny how?
like there's a lot of pieces kind of all being put together in her head a little bit.
Why does it matter how old I am?
I think that I know your parents.
I stopped watching. My what?
Kotera said your mother's name is E.T., right?
Yes, it did.
The couple that I purchased my apartment from, they live above me and Avala in Lurelin. Her name was E.T. And I know that they had a child who they thought died in a Yiga attack a couple years before I came to Lurelin, but the ages line up. I
Oh my
Off in character. So what?
I don't know much more than that. Well, your mother died a few years ago. Your father is still living above my apartment. Still there. I knew that your mother had a child from a previous relationship. She didn't really talk about her, so I guess that must be the prophetess, but I don't really know much more than that, but
So so I you were right there.
yeah. And
I don't even know what to do with that information. I mean, we could go there, but what would even? Yeah,
I I think it would be up to you what you want to do with it. I just wanted you to know. It would have felt strange to potentially known your parents and not said anything.
oh, thank you. I guess I just have more questions even than before.
I'm sorry. Jar feels kind of bad about that. Um, but yeah, it is almost a little bit like she is seeing a ghost, though. But yeah, I'm sorry for kind of just bringing that on you, but I wanted you to know.
Thank you.
And nods in acknowledgement. doesn't really have anything else.
I'm
She
still,
feels
I'm
kind
still
of bad. Like,
standing there, not walking.
I think I would speak up and say, like, if he's fallen behind the group that's walking, I would call back and say, "Look, Lorhanan, are you okay?"
I would be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'll start like trudging along.
Can I say anything to Ionia really quick?
Sure.
I guess amid bouncing around conversations, I would ask her. You mentioned in your letter about knowing our group beforehand. How did you hear about us?
Well, see, I was kind of trying to keep track of my father's group a little bit, and I heard about the horse festival, and when people were talking about them, I was like, oh my gosh, that has to be my father's group, because, like, it kind of sounds similar. So, like, I guess, admittedly, you guys do have some similarities. But then I found out that that wasn't necessarily the case. And you guys have done a couple of things around here. I heard that you saved Kakariko some time ago. And I don't know, kind of caught wind of your name from around. People kind of know you around here a little bit. So I figured it was kind of a shot in the dark, but, uh, you know, like I said, I sent a letter to my dad too, hoping that maybe they would help. But you guys answered.
Do you
Really excited about that.
How do you feel about your? You said that their group wasn't really up to much in outside of selfish reasons. How do you feel about your father?
He's not what I hoped he would be. I knew of him my whole life, never met him. And I just, like I said, when my mom passed, I figured maybe it'd be worthwhile to find him. And it just wasn't, when you have an idea in your head forever, and you go and you see that it's not really how it is, just kind of a shock to the system.
Right. Well, I'm sorry about that. I hope that you do have your expectations met. On your future travels. It's not very fair of him to betray your, your spirit like that.
Oh, it's all right. Oh wait, hold on. She kind of stops you, kind of like signals to everybody to pause for a sec. That's odd. And Lydian up here at the front, that you're up here talking to her. She's leading the way for everybody because she knows the mountain. Go ahead and give me a perception check, actually, before I say.
You got it. Is it something spyglass worthy or not?
Sure, yes. Go ahead. You can pull out your spyglass for this.
Okay. It's a 17.
17. You pull out your spyglass, and at first it's hard to see because of camouflage, but you see that there are a couple of ice breath Lizalfos here. And with a 17, you notice that one of them has a big crack in the horn on the nose.
Okay. What does that strike me as?
You think back to your conversation with Ionia last night, how she talked about fighting a bunch of ice breath Lizalfos, and how she hit one so hard it cracked the horn
Right
on front of its face.
And
you look and you see this, and she says to you, "That's so odd. I swear, I took out a bunch of Lizolfos here the other day.
Did you run away from them?
No, I watched them all dissolve.
Oh, this tells Lydian internally that the monsters are coming back. But it seems to like retain damage done to its horn though, which is weird. Ionia, I've never seen this before, but it seems that the monsters might be repopulating at a rapid rate.
That's so odd. It was, I swear, like, I don't know, 4 or 5, not 6. Couldn't be 6 days ago.
Oh my god, was it after, was it before the blood moon? Do you remember the blood moon in the sky?
I think it was like that night or the next day that there was the blood moon. Why? And that is where we're gonna end
That